sitting by the pool, having a bundy and getting a bit of hoochie-coochie down their tonsils.
I'm a bit concerned that we may not see Australia play a test match in the Caribbean again. That's my concern. And I know we've got Wayne Clark coming on, ex-Australian cricketer, later on in the show. It's one of the questions I've got is because we are concerned about test cricket as a whole, and you can't just have, the big 3 or 4 there every year. Know. The West Indies used to be the test nation of the world.
They were. Where would a hat-trick be in sport? Like, I reckon kicking 10 in an Aussie Rules grand final would be great. A hat-trick's way up there. Would have to be scoring 200. Well, Dizzy's done that. He hasn't got a hat-trick.
But they're rare, aren't they?
They're rare. Scotty Boland, before that was Peter Siddle back in 2010.
Yeah.
So there's rare as you-know-what.
There you go.
Rocking horse, you-know-what. Glenn McGrath got one at the Wacker in 2000. Shane Warne's only got one. As brilliant as he was, only one in 94 at the MCG.
Well, that would have been other people's fault.
Blind squirrels can trip over nuts. Damien Fleming tripped over a nut. He got one. Got one in Pakistan in 94. Moved the swerve.
He got a hat trick.
He got one at the Wacker. And then the rest are older players dating back to 1879. So to think the history of Test cricket, only 10 have done it.
Man.
Got to be good to say, I've had a hat trick.
Oh,
well, Merv was up at the stand. He's going, welcome to the club.
You know what I like in a hat trick too? Almost like a hole in one.
There you go. There you go.
It's very rare. Not many people have done it. But when you do, it is a great moment worth celebrating.
Kick 10 in a grand final.
Day out.
Get a hat trick in a Lord's Test, or a hole in one, or a hole in one at Augusta.
Yeah, but anybody can get a hole in one anywhere. Is what I'm saying. You know, it's hard to do. It doesn't matter what course you play. Yeah. It's very difficult. So,
what's a better achievement?
Well, I'm not going to.
I reckon I'd love to get a hat trick, or score 200 runs.
Depends on what your passion is.
Yeah. Well, what would be a hat trick?
Currently, at my age, I want a hole in one, folks.
I think a hat trick would be equivalent to making 300 test runs, because not many people do that.
In an innings.
Or 200, do you think?
Probably a double century.
Double century,
yeah. But then again, double centuries, if we go through those, are probably more common than the hat trick.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, a number 10 batsman got one in Zimbabwe.
Don't say that about
He's listening to
He's a state legend.
He came in as night watchman and didn't go out until he got that 200. So
he earned it.
Exactly right. And I love his text messages that go out to everybody else that joins the 200 Club. I think that is brilliant. Hey, on the football front, Port Adelaide, well, we know that they've got their injury woes. Head of football, Chris Davies, spoke today with an injury update.
Jace Horne-Francis had his surgery last night. He will be highly unlikely to return this year, which is disappointing. We've got some other guys who are battling different injuries at the moment, but getting through. I think we've had Ollie. Willie hasn't been able to train overly much lately. So we've got a few who are grumbling, but that's where we're at. And we've got a big end of the season that we want to perform as well as we possibly can.
Yeah, and Connor Rosie's chances said hopeful, but doubtful. So, yeah, that's going to be another one to the list.
Q in rack?
Just about 8 players out for the season.
That's disappointing, isn't it?
With 6 to go. Doesn't forebode well, but...
Q in rack, Timmy.
Well, some people will get an opportunity, and you've got to take that opportunity.
100%.
And absolutely rip it apart. And I like the fact that you've got a young man like Hugh Jackson, who I think's got a bit about him. He's going to get more game time because of this and the like, and some others. So, we can have...
Well done.
Get them in underneath the spotlight. We know that Jason Burgoyne and Nasiah Wanganeen Miller were vilified in a horrendous social media attack there. Now, we do understand Jason Burgoyne is considering police action, but here is Chris Davies on it.
We are absolutely going to support our players, and we're going to support the AFL into the future to chase these types of issues down. And we're having that conversation with the AFL. We're having that conversation with South Australian Police. I know the AFL are having it with the respective police units in each state. But this is an issue that clearly we've seen a way of dealing with into the future that we'll be taking advantage of.
Yeah, I got to say, we spoke about it last night. I'm all for it. Now, if Jace is to consider police action, and that comes with its own stresses for the individual, if he does pursue it, I'd be over the moon with everybody backing him in on this, because we got to out these cowards and hold them.
It's the only way you're going to stop
to the law.
There has to be a victim. That victim has to go to the police. They've got to fill out a charge, and then the police have to do what they're paid to do.
Let's get on them. Crows. Riley Philthorpe, he spoke to the press, and he spoke about that little what would you say, the one-on-one rivalry that might be building with Mac Andrews?
We'll let the footy do the talking, I reckon. We, unfortunately went down by a point, so we remember that pretty clearly. I think he's a very fiery bloke, and that's just how he plays his game on edge.
How do you see that matchup? It's one of the big ones.
Oh, look, I remember that round 4 loss to the Suns by a point. Rankin in that left forward pocket was either mark or a free kick. The AFL later said they got it wrong. I thought Gold Coast were the better team, so I'd like to see them on our deck. That's going to be a great matchup, Thilthorpe and McAndrews.
Yeah, one of the many.
If they give Filthy the delivery they gave him in the second quarter, he could kick 10 on this lad. This lad can't play on Thilthorpe.
What about Noah Anderson? Getting the ball off him.
Oh, wow.
Jeez, some form.
He would have to be top 3 for Brownlow.
Exciting player, isn't he?
Fumble.
Correct.
I thought Rowey was always better than him. It was like the little poor cousin. He's jumped right over top of him. Pure class.
Yeah, and a bull versus more of a smooth mover.
That's it.
That's should be
players.
Very exciting stuff coming up there. Tribunal talk, plenty of it. Adam Shearer, this seems like a long time ago, backed into the umpire. His 4th umpire contact, so he goes straight to the tribunal. Thing is, Thursday to Tuesday, and you still don't know your fate. I wish they could hurry that process up. Anyway, he'll face that tonight at 4:30. Then at 5:30, Zach Bailey will come up for the bump that he laid, supposedly high, so he'll see what his fate is. Tristan Sherry for the swinging arm, knocking Sparrow out, so he's at 6:30. And what should have been perhaps at 7:30, Harley Reid tripping Boak. 360's Gary Lyon wasn't happy with it.
That is a suspension every day of the week. And if you condone this in the manner of just giving him a fine, money's not going to be a problem for Harley Reid. There's the past playing cohort that are in the media now will all agree on that. That's the leg breaker. That's a kick, Jared. I'm not being oversensitive, over-dramatic. And as you know, I've been a defender of Harley's as a young, impetuous brat that hasn't quite learned his way. But that is not a fine, Jared, let alone the 6th time he's been fined this year. That is a suspension for Harley Reid every single day. And if you don't suspend that, you leave the door open for lots of terrible incidents. That's failed the game, that.
Strong.
Well, I agree.
I reckon chicken wings worse. That's crept in.
Yeah, well, it's crept back in, but this is just a blatant trip, past the ball, knew he was past the ball, just went bang, kicked
so
him.
He should get a game?
I thought he should have. If Paul Curtis gets 3 for tackling, I'm giving that one 3 at minimum.
I think I'm with Gary.
Yeah, I am too.
It's a kick.
Yeah, not on.
There is no kicky.
And $10,000 fine, what's that about? I mean, really, we're fining people for the wrestling and all that sort of thing. When you go to 10,000, that's a serious number. That means you're actually saying that was a bad incident. It's not a football accident. It's not a football incident.
No.
It's not tackling.
No.
So
that's a kick.
Rubbed out for mine.
I'm with him on that.
Didn't happen, and not happy, Jan. Back to the cricket. Stark 6 for 9 off 7. Bowling a hat trick. A day out. Rowey, let's get on the phones. 8223 0000. Give us your day out for a $50 Powers voucher.
Okay.
When was your day out?
Well, any team, any club, any mate, yourself, at any level at any sport. Now, when I think of day outs, there's 2 that jump straight to mind. The first one is Jumbo Prince in the 76 grand final.
Here towards centre half forward, and Nat Davies from the middle of the pack. What a great mark and what a great player this Sturt Ruckman is. Very close. Oh, here's Davies. Beautiful mark. To centre wing. Davies.
Will there ever be a more dominant day-out grand final performance than the Jumbo in 76?
I've never seen one myself. It's an incredible game. I can't believe you found a couple of marks. He took 24. So
how many did he take?
Oh, look, I think he had 24 kicks, 16 handballs, 24 marks.
Oh, that is dominant. That is a day out. Jumbo had a day out. Now, I played in this game.
What, that 76 grand final?
No, this one here.
No.
Mods kicked in round 16, 1993 versus Richmond. 13 goals for. It was a day out.
To Jamison. Modra. Got it. Very good kick. Great mark. Going for goal number 10. Leans back, drop punt, puts it through.
13-4.
Yeah.
Scott Hodges played that game.
Amazing.
Kicked 1 point.
Well, he was hungry.
The big
Mods was hungry.
Well, Mods had a day out.
Yeah.
So what sporting day out, just on the back of Boland and Starkey, any team, any club, mate, you, any level, any sport. Everyone knows a day out.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's just your day. Like Richard Dreyfuss style, am I having a great day or what?
What, exactly.
Oh, I love that movie.
I got one with a slight difference. My mate rang me. We were at primary school, supposed to be doing a project. He said, I found 20 cents. I didn't have 20 cents. He said, let's go down and play the pinball machine. Went down the local fish and chip shop. And you know how you used to play flips? You get on one side, I get on the other?
Yeah.
And we thought, we'll play and it'll get the five balls for 20 cents back then. And we thought we'd play that and we'll be over. We could not lose. We kept hitting the double bonus. The double bonus just kept. And you remember the clunk of the old machines? Clunk when you got the free game. Clunk. We just kept going. We had 20 free games up. We had to actually walk away because it was dinner time from the free games. We saw two kids out the front and said, hey, go and play those games. We've racked them up for you. How good's that? That's a day out.
That's a
probably
day
the
out.
Best day out of pinball I've ever had in my life.
Yeah. I've gone quota come in, quota come in, quota come in.
Oh, wow.
Are you allowed to do that? Actually, no, I didn't.
No.
That is a lie.
You were just
Stephen, that is a blatant
Rowey,
lie.
you were just stuttering.
Yeah,
you kept saying the same thing.
You love mayo on your stories. That's what it is.
That's all that was.
Oh, dear. Give us a call, 8223 0000.
What a show we have coming up. Campo's in Coach's Corner tonight. Looking forward to that. Willem Drew from Port Adelaide will chat with us. We'll speak to former boxer Barry Michael. We'll have former Australian cricketer Wayne Clark and Ned McHenry's in studio as always. But it's all about you and your calls, 8223 0000 for a $50 Pals voucher. When did you or do you know of someone who had a day out?
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Each week on the 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy invite some of their pals from the world of sport onto the show for a chat. Thanks to Pals, Parafield Airport Liquor, home of the hardest to find wines, beers and spirits. Life's better with your pals.
Hello, darlings. Celebrate the festive season in style at this year's Cabaret Christmas at Adelaide Convention Centre. A spectacular lineup of show-stopping entertainment with Adelaide's hottest party bands and best of all, me, Hans, your MC. So gather your workmates or your friends as we toast the season with an all-inclusive 3-course dinner package. Don't miss Cabaret Christmas. Book now via the Adelaide Convention Centre website.
Our place is your place at the Albion Hotel. Your place to raise a glass to a big sporting win, a milestone birthday, or just making it through the week. Cheers. Your place to bring the entire family, including the kids and grandkids, for an amazing meal together. Your place to sit back and just soak it all in. The Albion Hotel. Your local, your people, your place.
Maya's phone is at 1%, but she's not stressed. Because she has 6 KFC tenders for $6.95.
Right.
Priorities. 6 for $6.95 tenders. KFC, FLG. Not everywhere and not forever. Pick up only.
Why are we here? What is the nature of reality? Do I really need all that data to listen to history podcasts?
Huzzah! Question everything.
Especially your telco plan. Get the data you need at low prices with Aldi Mobile.
When it comes to flooring for your home or investment property, including plantation shutters and blinds, you've got the world at your feet at Floor World. With locations north, east and west, we've got you covered. Save on a huge range of wool and synthetic carpets, engineered timber flooring, laminate, hybrid and vinyl flooring. If you own a rental property or you're a homeowner, speak with the experts at Floor World. Visit floorworld.com.au for a free consult. Plus, mention this ad for 15% off.
Parties, weddings, big events. What do they all have in common? Pals. You know your pals want to have a good time, but what will everyone want to drink? That's when you need to speak to Parafield Airport Liquor Store. Pals will make sure you've got the right type of drinks, the right amount, and best of all, we'll make sure you've got the best labels that will keep everyone talking about your event. Parafield Airport Liquor Store. Pals, next to Roulette's Tavern, Kings Road, Parafield.
The passing of someone close places unique stress on family and friends. At this time, Farrell and O'Neill Funerals are here to provide reassurance and peace of mind. Farrell Farrell and O'Neill offer creative guidance and advice to tailor a service that best honours your loved one. Whether a large gathering or a small, intimate service, Farrell and O'Neill share their generations of experience in tailoring a unique and meaningful farewell. Proudly SA family-owned and operated, because it's personal.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
23 minutes after 4 on this Tuesday, Willem Drew from Port Adelaide to join us very shortly. We're asking, when did you or someone you know have a day out? We'll take your calls, 8223 The unique homestyle food text never seems to fail us, except for this one. Good day out when you're in the Olympic speed skating final and everyone else falls over.
Oh, no.
We can't
don't
be
even
having
read about
that. We can't be having that.
He cannot be a mention in any sporting topic.
No.
It's amazing, though, how he keeps getting in. For Rossell Homes, SA's most trusted, custom design, fixed pricing and a total peace of mind, because trust is a must.
Afternoon at Airbreak, Harvey Tree Crossroad near Waite Road, Salisbury East, Harvey Traffic Light, Main North Road near Clayson Road, and urgent gas work still getting fixed at the moment at Seaford Commercial Road near Helmersman's Terrace. Busy at the moment, Tapling's Heroic Glenorg North with a camera, Ilford Street at Vale Park. It's Schnitzel Heaven at Faster Pasta. 300 grams of golden chicken breast schnitzel with your choice of 3 tasty toppings. Life's just better with schnitzel at Faster Pasta, dine-in only. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Yes, we're looking for your day out and whatever else you wish to speak about. Love this unique homestyle food text from Crow Joe. Timmy, I had a similar experience at a local fish shop with the pinball machine. The owner got so sick of us getting free games, he said he's not making any money, and he got rid of the pinball machine.
Smart move.
Oh, that is, Crow Joe, that is bad. That's a bad sportsman.
That is.
That's another topic.
Were you good at Space Invaders?
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, that was a good
not
one.
bad. It took a while to get used to. I didn't know what was happening first day.
Yeah.
So, but got used to it. Yeah.
Okay.
Worked
Hello,
it out.
Dave.
Hi, guys. How you going?
Excellent.
Couple of points. Firstly, Harley Reid should be at least 3 games.
I'm
that
with
was
you, Dave.
absolutely deliberate. Absolutely deliberate. And what happened if he broke his leg?
Oh, then there would have been all hell to pay.
All hell to pay.
It would have been all hell to pay.
Yeah.
And who rates him? I don't rate him. I don't know where he gets his rating from. Honestly, he's a hard-headed, he plays off the schedule. He plays off the top of his head. He gives free kicks away. He's got no constructive play about him as far as I'm concerned. But that's my opinion.
Oh, he's got a game. He's a bit petulant. He'll grow up.
Yeah,
He'll get it right.
But he's only 20.
Right.
I think we've got to remember he's only 20.
He's done a couple of very powerful, good, classy things, hasn't he?
Should donate.
What else you got, Dave?
The Australian batsmen should donate all their match payments to the bowling side for the last Test series at West Indies.
Yeah.
It's absolutely pathetic. It really is. They've got troubles.
Yeah,
they had these troubles when they put Smith as an opener. That's where they started all this muck up with the top order.
Correct.
They had no idea what they were doing. They should bring in openers who are born and bred openers. Give them a chance. Don't play someone who's the only guy who's come from nowhere in 2020 is Warner, who made a great career as a Test batsman.
Yeah.
Why would you bring someone who's a slogger and try to make him an opener? Openers are born and bred from day one.
Yeah, I think you're right, Dave. Look, I'm a bit worried. We've
Dave.
got the Ashes 5 Test series coming up in our home soil.
And England having an
to get it
absolute
right.
Barney against India at the moment, which is
Aren't
good,
they?
tough cricket. I don't think we had that build-up somehow.
We'll have a good old-fashioned Sheffield Shield bat off, I reckon, for a good month before
Well, I
the
hope so.
Ashes.
Hello, Craig.
How you going, Stephen? Hi, Tim.
Hey, Craig.
Craig.
Listen, I just wanted to know if anything was reported or cited about I reckon it's a pretty brutal incident that took place between that Brisbane player and the poor Crows player that got that collapsed lung.
Oh, you don't mean the Bulldogs player,
Bulldogs,
Darcy,
I mean,
who did
sorry.
a fend-off, if you like, into the right-hand chest of Butsy. Well, there's no.
I think they've said that wasn't that incident.
Oh, they've actually said it wasn't that incident.
They can't identify.
That's the word. They cannot identify where the injury come from.
Nowhere near the lungs.
No.
So.
No,
Yeah.
sorry, Craig. We'll keep our eye on that.
I think we'll
one.
have to wait for Jordan himself to sort of say where it happened.
Yeah.
And the thing about that is you can go up in a marking contest and bodies can hit. If he breaks a rib and it punches a lung, that can happen.
Of course it
Just
can.
in a contest, you wouldn't notice it. So, yeah, we'll see
Thanks, Craig.
what comes of it.
Hello, Pete.
Yeah, g'day, boys. I wish my poker machines were like your ping ball machine. I'll tell you.
It was once in a lifetime, Pete.
I tell you what, it saved me a lot of money. I just want to give an example. It's definitely not me, but baseball at the top level, a pitcher throwing a no-hitter over 9 innings.
Yeah, that's huge.
I don't think you could get any better than that.
That's a day out. That is a day out.
And that's an amazing achievement, isn't it? To get a no-hitter. So
could not
all
put
leather,
back the ball.
all leather, tell your story walking, all leather, tell your story walking.
Yeah.
Actually, that is up there, isn't it?
It is up there. There's not many that have done that.
That'd be much harder than any hat-trick.
Yeah.
Would it? I suppose
there's
right
a lot of 3 balls versus a lot of pitches.
Yeah, actually, that would be.
Outstanding. Great call,
All
Pete.
right.
Keep on coming in.
Well done.
8223 0000. We'll take a stop for the 4:30 headlines and Willem Drew from Port next.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
5AA Winter Breakfast. Tom Wren and Jade Robrin.
Police have been called to 32 units of that housing trust site on Walkerville Terrace there, 367 times since January 2023.
Jan Beasley joins us now.
It's not just here, it's everywhere. It's such a big problem that it's just got out of control as far as I can see, and it should never have happened.
Weekday mornings from 6 on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Hi, I'm Steve Wormald from Walco Liners and Covers out at Paraka. We're a manufacturing business. Well, I think, someone my size in business, you probably think not to advertise or don't advertise, which is about the worst thing you can do. If you're starting up or if you need more work, you've got to get out there and advertise some way. Radio, it's a very personal, intimate conversation you can have. If you throw it over to the AA creative team to structure ad, you'll get suggestions when to run it, how to run it, and it's surprisingly affordable. It's not what you think it probably is.
To get your message out there and grow your business, visit 5AA.com.au and hit the Advertise With Us link for more information.
At Coles, save with 40% off dental items like Colgate Advanced Tartar and Whitening or Max Fresh Toothpaste, 115 grams, now just $3.90. Shop in store or online at Coles. Offer ends Tuesday. Excludes everyday, down, and clearance items.
This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good afternoon, I'm Kendall Brettig. Colleagues of slain police officer Jason Doig have spoken of their grief and ongoing trauma as they confronted his killer in court. The Reserve Bank is suggesting an end to card surcharges, saying they're no longer achieving their intended purpose. SA's Algal Bloom Task Force has met again this afternoon. And Jay Spurgoyne returned to port training this morning after being racially abused online. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Afternoon at Urbray, car v Tree, Crossroad near Waite Road. Salisbury East, Carvey traffic light. The traffic light has come off very second best in this one. Main North Road near Clayson Road and Seaford Urgent Gasworks Commercial Road near Helmsmith Terrace. Busy South Road, Edwardstown, and thanks to Rob the Truckie for letting us know there's a camera. Bridge Road, Salisbury East. Army self-relief symptoms of cold and flu with Bioceuticals Armour Force. Available at Chemist Warehouse. Chemist Warehouse, great savings every day. Always follow the directions for use. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
A late shower tonight and a shower or two tomorrow, a high of 16. At the moment, 13. More news at 5 o'clock on 5AA, always Adelaide.
How do you become a home hero? Easy. You fix that sliding door that's been dragging and scraping, dragging and scraping, dragging and... Well, you get it. You've been living it. Call Rollerco. Rollerco will have the parts you need and they'll tell you how to fix it too. You'll be an instant home hero. Well, in sliding doors anyway. Say goodbye to dragging and scraping sliding doors. Visit rollerco.com.au. They'll get you rolling.
This is the sound of chef and business owner Tom sleep-talking.
Yes, chef. So many bills. Team happy. Keep the team happy.
He's feeling the pressure of running his own business, and it's costing him sleep.
Bills.
But it doesn't have to. Westpac Small Business Solutions can help keep the cash flowing and get Tom a good night's rest. Search Westpac Small Business Solutions to find out how we can help you. Eligibility, credit criteria, fees, T's and C's apply.
Are you a licensed tradie? Open a trade account today and get super low trade prices on Australia's biggest brand air conditioners, like Fujitsu, Panasonic and Mitsubishi, at any Mannix Warehouse sales outlet. We have a huge range of splits, ducted and spare parts that are all in stock and ready to go. And with 4 locations at Salisbury, Plympton, Lonsdale and Findon, it's so easy. Everything air conditioning from the SA name you know and trust.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
Players have got to start recognising there are defenceless umpires out there adjudicating the game, very, very vulnerable, and they've got to take care. And don't tell me, oh, that's the position I want to be in, and I've got to have that position. You can get there after the umpire's gone. If you're on the move, you can still be there at the same time.
It's 27-5. Jason Dunstall having his say around the umpire contact, which is what Adam Chera is facing the tribunal for as we speak. He's just stepped up, so we'll go through that. One of 3 tribunal cases tonight, so a fair bit to follow through. We'll keep you updated. Campo will join us in the studio from 5, but right now let's head to Albert, and all thanks to Sharman Shelving, who have moved their showroom next door into the big white building. They're still at 41T North East Road.
Well, Port Adelaide defeated the West Coast Eagles by 26 points after being 25 points at quarter time down, and they fought their way back. And one of the blokes that got them there was this man, Willem Drew. G'day, mate.
G'day, Timmy. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, heard Ollie Wines say a good old-fashioned quarter-time spray. What was some of the messages that came out of Ken at quarter time, mate?
Yeah, Kenny wasn't too happy, and rightfully so. You know, we started the game really poor, and I think most of it was just around our defence. You know, us as a midfield sort of spoke about, you know, we were actually winning the clearance, but we weren't sort of doing anything with the ball, and then their ability to rebound was really good, and we weren't defending. So, look, Kenny came down and made sure that we knew that, and looking back the last 3 quarters, you know, it was a bit of a scrappy game, but we fought our way back and got the win.
That's what it felt like. I think at half time, it sort of felt like we're going to win, but this is going to be hard. We made it hard for ourselves because of that quarter time. And the one stat I think that got us there was we ended up winning clearance 53-26, and from quarter time onwards, that was the majority of those clearances that came.
Yeah, it was. I think as a midfield group, we touched on that today in our review. You know, we're able to win clearance pretty convincingly, but we suppose we didn't get the damage we wanted to in that first quarter. But yeah, for the last 3 quarters and after half time, you know, I suppose like Zach Butters, Jason Francis, Ollie Wines had a massive game as well. So those boys were able to keep us in it.
And Harley Reid had a good game. I've got like 2 or 3 Harley Reid moments. One of them is at halftime you went to him. So you've stood a lot of good players in your time and done an exceptional role on them. How did you find this young, almost like he's an unbridled Brumby, isn't he? He's out of control. So how did you find going to him and trying to quell that player?
Yeah, he obviously started the game really well, and he's really important to their team. So, half-time, Kenny let me know that I was going to him. And, look, he's going to be a superstar. You know, he's so strong for such a young lad, super clean, obviously super talented. I love the way he goes about his footy. He's obviously talked about a fair bit in the media and that, but, you love his competitiveness, and, you know, you see him and Jason and Francis going at it, and you just sort of love that sort of stuff. So he's going to be a super player, and, he's tough to stop, that's for sure.
Willem, who attacked who first verbally? Who got under whose goat? Was it Jason Horne-Francis, the Hornet, or was it old Harley boy?
Look, I'm not exactly too sure, but it probably wouldn't surprise me either way, to be honest. You can sort of just tell by the way they go about their footy, and obviously 2 really competitive people, and, that they both sort of thrive on that sort of stuff. Yeah. So it was pretty funny out there, that's for sure. Yeah,
well, the other bloke that got under everyone's guard was Zach Butters. God, he was shooting his gob off as well at Harley. He didn't mind coming off the top turnbuckle.
No, exactly right, and that's probably not unlike Zach. I'll throw him in that same category. You know, he loves to compete, and he wants to be the best. And look, he's not afraid to sort of say it and show it out there as well.
Yeah. Now, Willie Rioli, how is he? Well, that was probably not his best game. Is he okay?
Yeah, Willie's, physically fine. I think Willie would probably agree. Probably wasn't his best game. But I suppose not everyone plays well every week. But hopefully Willie can get back into some form, and
I love
know
him.
how good of a player he is.
Yeah.
Yes, some of those confrontations with Horn Francis and Reid were, great stuff to watch. You always get those to promote the game in the future, don't you? Those sort of clashes. But the one I didn't think was great and a bit unsavoury was the trip on Travis Boak. You were right there too, and I saw you sort of remonstrate. That did he even get a free kick for that?
I think there was a free kick just before it, so it wasn't actually in the play. But
right.
I did see that, and I think he obviously only copped a fine for it.
Couldn't believe that. I thought it had to be games.
Wasn't a good look, that's for sure.
Nah, terrible. And poor old Boakey, I mean, lucky he's built like a bit of old galvanised iron. He got straight back up and off he went. But, that could have been nasty. Hey, there was a couple of good players I liked for West Coast, and I think, they can build their future around. One was down back in Edwards. I thought he had a pretty tidy game. And young Shanahan up forward.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, two sort of young lads coming through, and they both definitely showed a fair bit in that game. So, two players definitely to watch out for West Coast.
Well, and what do you hope personally to get out of the last 6 games of the year? And then on that, you're one of the leaders. What do you hope the team get out of the last 6 games?
Yeah, look, we're definitely still locked in and focused on the rest of the games. And I suppose for us, it's about we want to be a consistent team, and that's something that we haven't done this year. And I suppose this next 6 weeks, we can really lock in, and no matter who we're coming up against, obviously we've got some quality opposition that we've got to play, but just showing up every week, being consistent, and really sort of just putting in some good performances in the back end of the year is definitely what we're looking for.
Yeah, well, you're a fierce competitor. We know you'll do that. Bit unsavoury what happened with Jace Burgoyne. It's a bit disappointing as an industry. We keep bringing these things up. Willem, there's got to be an answer. There's got to be a bigger stick, doesn't there?
Yeah, absolutely. It's just, it's getting ridiculous, and for Jace to have to put up with that, and not only him, but a lot of sort of Aboriginal players. It's just getting ridiculous, and hopefully something can be done. That's for sure. Yeah,
Willem, it's not just restricted there too. I think a lot of people that gamble on the game often have cracks at players. I've heard it time and time again. You didn't do this or you didn't do that, and I go, well, if you're silly enough to put on a 27-leg multi, well, that's your fault. That's got nothing to do with players.
Yeah, exactly right. No, there is a lot of that sort of stuff that goes on with, gambling and multis and people just sending messages. I don't know. It's just, it is getting a little bit out of hand, and definitely not acceptable.
So, back to the game, mate. Joe Richards, I thought that was a ripping game that he played. I loved his moment. I interviewed him on the ground post-game. I loved his moment running back with the flight at centre-half forward and copped a really heavy knock straight back to his feet. I said that sort of stuff. Port Adelaide people love that. He's playing well.
He is. He's been super ever since he's come to the club. He works so hard. He plays that sort of selfless role sometimes, that half-forward role, and it's really good to see him get the reward. And, he's been doing that all year. He's so consistent. Everyone at the footy club absolutely loves playing with him. Terrific bloke. And, he's only going to get better as well.
I don't know if you know this, but we've won the last 4 v Hawthorn, so there's something inside their heads about us. Now, I know we've got some injuries mounting, and I wish I had done a pre-season, but I reckon we'll still trouble them, even in Tassie.
Yeah, look, we always find a way, sort of the past couple of years, to get up and get a win, and obviously, for the most part, they've all been really good games, and it's probably going to come down to that contest footy and always high pressure. So, we look forward to getting to Tassie and get another great opportunity to play against Hawthorn.
Haven't beat them in Tassie since 2007. The last 4 wins against the Hawks have all been at Adelaide Oval. Don't want to be a rain in your parade, but there's always a time to do it. Well, we'll
have a great time before then.
Hang on, Willem, they're facts, and I'm sure he knows. Here's a fact. It'll be 2 degrees and sleet in Lonnie on the weekend. Young Willem.
Yeah, I did hear a few of the boys sort of speak about that, but it's always fun playing in those conditions, and you never know what you're going to get. So look, we'll be ready for anything.
You're an old schooler. I bet you've never worn long sleeves.
Nah.
No, I haven't yet.
And don't.
Yeah, not too sure if I ever will, to be honest.
Come on, mate.
Nah, you're old school. Exactly what Rowey said. We love the way you go about it, mate.
Good on you, Willem.
Keep it up. Let's fight out that season and let's get as many wins as we can in the last 6.
Too easy. Thanks for having me on.
Good man. That's Willem Drew, Port Adelaide. Well, he is in the leadership group and for a good reason too. So all the best, V Hawthorn. Willem Drew, our guest.
It's 17-5, all thanks to Sharman Shelving, who have moved their showroom next door to the big white building. They're still at 412 North East Road. Let's check your traffic, your calls on Days Out next.
At Urbray, Carvey Tree Cross Road near Waite Road. Salisbury East, Carvey traffic light. The traffic light has come a very second best in this one. Main North Road near Clayson Road and Seaford Urgent Gasworks Commercial Road near Helmsman Terrace. Quite busy Anzac Highway at the Marion Road intersection with the Camera Montague Road at Cavan. The Woolworths online super sale is on. Save up to 50% off online. Visit woolworths.com.au for more information. Ends August 5 while stocks last. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Crow's big man Riley O'Brien joins Rowey and Timmy G each week on the 5AA Sports Show. Find out what's going on at Westlakes. Thanks to Harvey Norman Clearance Centre. Cooking appliances, washing machines, dishwashers, TVs and more. 919 Marion Road, Marion.
Last month, we serviced around 11,000 vehicles, more than 1,500 Fords, 1,200 Holdens, 1,000 Subarus, 800 Isuzus, MGs, BMWs, Mercs, Audis. That's right, over 11,000 people trusted us with their pride and joy. Automasters, isn't it time for you to switch and save? Call 1300 Automasters or book online. All centres offer repair now, pay later options. So switch and save with Automasters. Great service, guaranteed.
Crazy tasty, we're the sweetest snack for you.
Sweet.
Fully juicy too.
Juicy.
Crazy tasty bros.
Zespri Sungold Kiwi Fruit. It's surprisingly sweet.
Crazy tasty.
Zespri.
Got something big to budge? Budget with budget. Little trucks, big trucks. You can do it all in a budget rental truck. Get exactly what you need and at a great price too. So remember, whatever you've got to budget with a budget rental truck.
Budget with a budget rental truck. It's quick and cheap. Well, half your luck when you budget with a budget rental truck.
Budget car and truck rental. Call 13 27 27. That's 13 27 27.
You wake up and you're feeling a bit off. Your nose is runny, but maybe it's just a cold. That scratchy throat, though, that could be something worse.
Test for COVID, Flu A, Flu B and RSV in just minutes with Cell Life, the premium 4-in-1 rapid antigen test. Fast, reliable results. Make the smart choice for your health and your family. Insist on the brand the healthcare professionals prefer. Cell Life at leading chemists and Amazon. CELLIFE.
Unique, loyal, fun-loving. That's what we look for in our pals. When you're next spending time with your best friends, don't forget some of the best pals you can have. Parafield Airport Liquor Store has your everyday favourites right through to those hard-to-find products. That's what great pals do. Sam and Jamie from Parafield Airport Liquor Store know every drop on the shelf, so you can always rely on their advice. Parafield Airport Liquor Store. Pals. Next to Roulette's Tavern, Kings Road, Parafield.
Transform your home with the Inspired by Life sale at Choices Flooring. Save on a range of stylish carpet, timber, rugs and window furnishings. Visit choicesflooring.com to download the catalogue or visit your nearest Choices Flooring showroom today.
Your daily cup of OTR just got a whole lot richer. Buy NEC coffee for a chance to win $1,000 daily when you scan the OTR app. In September 2, T's and C's apply. SAP 25/835. OTR. Serving up seriously good coffee.
Last month, around 11,000 people trusted us with their pride and joy. Automasters, logbook servicing, repairs, brakes, aircon and more. Isn't it time for you to switch and save? Call 1300 Automasters. Great service, guaranteed.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
Australian to get a hat-trick. Oh my gosh, look at this.
top of our stuff. Brilliant piece of bowling by the Australian.
Yep, who had a day out? 8223 0000 is the number. That's Scotty Boland earlier today in the West Indies. Mitchell Starc took 5 wickets in the first 15 balls. So who has had a day out? It might be yourself, could be a mate, could be someone you watched on telly. 8223 0000 for a $50 Powers voucher. Just before we get on to your calls, an update from the tribunal. So this is the one for Adam Cerra where he backed into an umpire. It's his 4th instance now where he's had careless contact with an umpire. So the AFL's now sending these to the tribunal, and can you believe it? We're arguing over a few bucks. The AFL's seeking a fine of $6,250 for Adam Cerra. Carlton says the sanction should be no more than $5,000.
Oh, this is a joke. You know what? The good or the bad of this is I thought someone was going to miss a game for this, which is good they're not. They're going to get a fine. But why did it go straight to the tribunal?
Because they've made a rule that they want it to.
Go straight to the tribunal for a fine.
They want
the
it
AFL,
to.
The AFL has... When's Swanee come in?
Next Monday.
Next Monday.
God, I hope he brings a big stick and walks quietly.
Well, I don't want him walking quietly. I want noise. I want things happening.
No, I want him to be stealth and just whack things right across the scone.
All right.
Hello, Barry from Manapara.
Hey, boys. How you going?
Hey, Barry.
There should be another tribunal hearing tonight too, and it should be the Bont, because we saw in the past where Dangerfield, Selwood and also Judd used to do this chicken wing thing.
Yeah,
the
Barry.
Bont did it to our young Peatley in the middle of the ground.
Yep.
Turned his arm inside out, just about dislocated his shoulder, buried him head first into the ground. Now, I guarantee you, if that had been Tex Walker, he'd have been reported.
Yeah. Baz, it's crept in. It's crept in. It's a bloody...
But nobody says anything.
Yeah.
What have we heard from the Victorian scribes or any on TV?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, Baz, it's kept in. Great point. Coaches and players adapt. They adapt faster than the AFL, Timmy, can make the rules, or umpires can interpret a problem. Tackling's become a player's and a coach's nightmare, I think, since North Melbourne's Paul Curtis got the 3 matches for that tackle. And I think that sent shockwaves through the industry. Do you feel that there was a bit of a correction with that? Because I'll tell you why.
I'm not sure it's had an influence on that, though.
No, but I'm leading to that. Double movements, wrap up the 2 arms, too much force, duty of care. We've heard all of that sort of stuff. Why do you tackle a player? The rule was set up to tackle a player for what?
Holding the ball.
To get a what?
Free kick.
That's exactly right. The intent has always been, since we've played, to impede them. At the worst case scenario, it's a ball up. So you tackle them, there's a ball up, like no prior opportunity, all that. But you tackle a player to get a free kick, don't you?
Yeah.
And that's the number one motivation, I think, for players. Yeah. So players don't tackle to impede, they tackle to get a free kick. So what I think has crept in with, on the back of the Curtis thing and a couple of other players being banned for rough tackle or dangerous tackle or not a duty of care or their heads hit the ground and all of that, is to get a free kick, if you can grab his arm. And how many times you see it in a game now, like Bontempelli did, you grab an arm, there's no way you can dispose of the ball, can you? Would you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you can immediately grab a bloke's arm and he can't dispose it. And the umpires are saying, well, that's a free kick. Bontempelli got a free kick for that. He could have dislocated Peatling's arm. As dangerous a tackle as there's been, like you do that and you get a dislocated shoulder, what would you be out for? 4 or 5 or 6 wings.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I don't know what the stats are, but I think chicken wing tackles have crept in. They've crept in because coaches are coaching it and players know to get a free kick, it's the best way to do it. I'm not going to wrap his arms up. I'm not going to take him to ground. There's no double movement. I can get a free kick because he can't dispose of it. And it's crept in. Now, the AFL need to clamp down on it because chicken wing tackles are bloody dangerous.
Well,
I'll tell you what, if it was...
They took it out of the game a couple of years ago, now it's back.
If it was around finals time, well, they did. They absolutely did, but now it's out. It's well picked up, Timmy, they have. But if I was to get my shoulder dislocated by a tackle very, very similar to that, and I'm out, that's normally 4 to 6, isn't it? Dislocation, depending whether it was a subluxar and all that sort of, or how bad it is, you might have to have an op.
Yep.
And you miss finals because of a chicken wing tackle, I'd sue the AFL.
Oh, there we go, litigious.
No, but do you agree? The AFL need to clamp down on it.
Yeah, well, they've got lots of things they've got to fix up.
Where's Swanee?
And Tom Harley.
I want to know the stats whether chicken wing tackles since the Curtis report have come in more.
Since Judd. Judd started all this.
Well, he did. Anyway, it's just a thought.
We're talking about your day out. Got a unique homestyle food text. Jason said, look, I was playing for Athelston against Adelaide Uni back in 2007. I'd kicked 8 goals to three-quarter time, and I was looking and feeling great. Nothing could go wrong that day. And then all of a sudden, the coach dragged me at three-quarter time.
Oh, that's...
Can you believe
that's rough.
that? I don't know what was going on, Jace. Were you lair rising? That's a classic story. Let's go to Richard.
Yeah, g'day, guys. Tim and Rowey. Look, just loved that Scott Boland took the hat-trick.
Wasn't it great?
Fantastic, man. And, such a great bloke. But worrying about the Poms coming here with our batting lineup, correct way. But anyway, that reminded me that there was a World Cup final in 1966. Jeff Hurst scored a hat-trick in the final of the Football World Cup. And I don't think it's been done since. And that's the only time England have ever friggin' won it.
Yeah.
So that's got to be a big day out.
That's a day out, Richard.
That is a day out.
That counts as a day out. Thanks, mate. Rob, you got a day out? Any sport, any level?
Yeah, got a couple for you. Grace Kim on Sunday winning her first major in absolutely unbelievable fashion. Had an eagle on the 18th, which was the second eagle for the round to force a playoff.
Day out.
So they played the 18th hole again. She had a second shot into the water, took a penalty, chipped in to force another playoff hole, and then won that third playoff hole.
That is unreal.
Unbelievable.
Rob, I couldn't believe that shot.
That
the
is
recovery from there was unbelievable.
Chipped in.
Because the first shot that went in the water, I thought I can play that one. But the other one, that was something out of the box.
Rob, well done. Good sharing. Well done. Hello, Dean.
Hello, Tim and Rowey. How are you?
Good, Dino.
Oh, it's good. I had a day out myself back in the mid to late 70s. I was an apprentice jockey at the time, and I was over on the West Coast, Port Lincoln, riding for 6 months of the year, and then come back to Adelaide to my trainer and ride here. But I was disheartened because I wasn't getting any rides, so I decided to quit. But my boss in Port Lincoln rang me on Melbourne Cup Day and said, "Oh, look, I'd like you to ride a horse for me, but I'll get 2 other rides for you," which I had no choice over, which I said, "Okay, I'll come over." I went over there, had the 3 rides for 3 winners.
In Melbourne?
Wow.
No, not in Melbourne, in Port Lincoln, but on Melbourne Cup Day.
Oh, Melbourne Cup Day. How good's that, Dino?
Great country track, that one. That's a good one, Dean. Were you on all 3 of them? Did you put some pocket money on them?
And no. You can't bet when you're a jockey.
Oh, no one knows that.
But I had a write up in the local paper in the Port Lincoln Times and that.
Yeah. Well done, Dino.
That's a day out, Dean.
Mate.
Well done. That is a day out. Right, 3 winners. Stop it.
We went to the Port Lincoln races, I reckon, in 21. About time to go back, I reckon.
Let's
do the show from there.
I had a great time
Let's
there.
do the show from there. Let's go to Clive in Hunter Valley. G'day, Clive.
Clive.
Hey, boys. Love the show as always. I wanted to talk about the racism if I could. I was going to call up when Rowey was being abused a while back, and I didn't. And now this is happening again. And I've got a couple of points I want to make, and they don't seem to be gelling with what's in the media and what's being said. Firstly, let me say I'm absolutely against racism, okay? The comments themselves and the strategy that's being used by the AFL, the strategy seems to foster an us and them kind of thinking, the kind of thinking that inadvertently encourages race-based comments and non-inclusiveness of Aboriginal players. Basically, you can't use racism principles to combat racism. Racist principles can only support racism. I know you don't have a lot of time, but if I could just talk on a couple of examples, otherwise it won't make sense. But in recent times, we've introduced the Welcome to the Country, so arguments look around in the Indigenous All-Stars team. And look, I love all of those things, but the Indigenous All-Star team, just for instance, although I loved the game, it was great to watch, it separates Indigenous people from the rest of us. It, by stealth, creates a situation of segregation. It's a form of apartheid almost.
I suppose in their mind, though, Clive, it was instigated to try, because the numbers are down as far as Indigenous players getting drafted. Yeah, so they were trying to inspire.
Yeah, I absolutely understand that, right? But what it does, to emphasise the point, right, if I was to suggest to you that we should have an Anglo-Saxon team to play sometime, or an German Aryan team, you'd say you're crazy. And it'd be racist, and it would be. Surely then that team has to be set on racist principles. I'm not saying it's not in the best of intentions, right? In the long run, I think that damages the idea of helping Indigenous people. Secondly, our sporting commentators each week, unknowingly, I believe, support racism. I have never heard a commentator ever say Ron Barassi or Mark Rasciuto are a great credit to their Italian heritage. Never have I heard a former player speak of their Greek or Fijian brothers. Yet non-Indigenous former players quite often speak of their Indigenous brothers. Once again, for no reason, ethnicity is referred to, and they are separated from the rest of us. Robbie Gray is never referred to as a great white footballer, the credit to his Scottish clan.
Yeah,
but Gavin,
Clive, we're out of time. I can see the train of thought you're going down, but it sounds like you're making excuses that's why people have racist comments, because it's not equal. Well, it's never been equal, and we've not walked in their shoes, and there's no excuse for it. And you're sounding like you're trying to make an excuse. That's the reason why. They have an Indigenous crowd, that's the reason why. They have a Sir Doug Nicholas crowd, that's the reason why. You have these clowns that get through a social media platform and they're racist, bigoted pigs.
I think those two particular examples, though, were driven by gambling, and then they added a terrible racism flank to it.
Which it's like, Clive, there's no excuse. There's no excuse. So the police are in. Let's hope young Burgoyne does file a report and the police follow it through and they get this bloke and lock him up.
Let's get to the 5 o'clock news. Campo to join us in here next for Coach's Corner.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Ageism takes away my rights. The right to make my own decisions, be safe, and be treated with dignity and respect. Sometimes people assume I can't do something because of my age. They exclude me, and I feel invisible and sad. Ageism can lead to mistreatment, neglect, and other forms of abuse. How do you treat the older people in your life?
For more information, search DHS Tackling Ageism, a message from the Government of South Australia.
2 years ago, Jen had a stroke that completely changed her life. The allied health team at Enable Fitness Centre helped her regain balance, mobility and function with hydrotherapy using their underwater treadmill. Jen now has the confidence to get back into the community. Enable Fitness Centre is an accessible gym for people with disabilities, a registered NDIS provider. You'll find Enable Fitness Centres at Holden Hill, Elizabeth and the brand new Kidman Park and St Mary's locations. enablefitnesscentre.com.au.
Wherever you are and whatever you need, the caring collective of women at White Lady Funerals can help you create a meaningful and beautiful send-off. White Lady Funerals. Let our strength help you find yours.
The very latest news and information. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
A late shower tonight and a shower or two tomorrow, a high of 16. With the 5 o'clock news, I'm Kendall Brettig. Colleagues of slain police officer Jason Doig have broken their silence, confronting his killer in court. They've relived the harrowing details of that day 2 years ago when he was fatally shot by Jaden Stimpson while doing a welfare check at his home at Senior near Bordertown. Sergeant Michael Hutchinson was shot twice and hurled brevet Sergeant Doig as he died. He says he's known Jaden since he was 5.
It's nice to see that he's got in better health now, that he's now acknowledging what he's done is wrong. I hope that he gets better. I don't hate him. Hate is a negative thing that just doesn't give a benefit to anybody. I just don't want to see him again. That's a fact of life.
He was living with undiagnosed schizophrenia at the time and will be detained for life in a secure mental health facility. Port Adelaide midfielder Jace Burgoyne may go to police over the vile racist abuse he's received online. Football boss Chris Davies says they're having conversations with the AFL about how best to proceed.
It has to be the elevation of the issue into the future. So I think we've got to respect our players enough to make it a little bit easier for them to be able to report these types of things, and maybe into the future some laws will have to change as well.
The occupants of a house at Paradise are counting the cost of an early morning fire. It broke out in the garage of the Melville Road home. The couple and their dogs managed to flee, but Nick Meester from the MFS says the house and a car in the garage were badly damaged.
Fire cause investigators have determined the cause to be accidental due to an electrical fault in an appliance located in the garage of the property. Damages are estimated at $350,000.
While 3 cars were torched south of Adelaide overnight, a stolen Kia was set alight at Aldinga Beach and 2 vehicles were targeted in a driveway at Moana. Restaurants and cafes are pushing back against a plan to ban businesses from charging a surcharge for card payments. The Reserve Bank wants to end the practice, saying it's no longer serving its intended purposes and arguing its plan could save both customers and businesses more than $1 billion a year. Restaurant and Cafe Association Chief Wes Lambert says the change would see small business owners either absorb the cost or pass it on in another way.
Because by not allowing them to pass on those merchant fees, they're now going to have to absorb those costs into their P&L. And they'll definitely have to raise their menu prices in the middle of a cost of living crisis just to net the same profit.
Chinese President Xi Jinping says there's been a marked improvement in Australia's relationship with China. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese's held face-to-face talks with the president in Beijing. Boosting trade was the key issue on the agenda, but China's also keen to boost strategic ties. Speaking through a translator, President Xi says after a rough patch, the relationship between our countries is now much better.
In 2014, I paid a state visit to Australia. During that visit, our 2 countries announced the establishment of a comprehensive strategic partnership. The Chinese side is ready to work with the Australian side to push the bilateral relationship further.
Turning to 5AA Sport.
At Barossa Volkswagen, we'll let you take a car home for the night. Barossa Volkswagen. City service, country feels.
Port Adelaide's hopeful Connor Rowey will make the trip to Tasmania for Saturday's game against Hawthorn. He injured his hand on the weekend and will be tested later in the week. But Jason Horne-Francis has had surgery on a fractured foot and may miss the rest of the season, joining a host of other Port players who have long-term injuries. While the Crows meet the Gold Coast at home on Sunday, they'll need to replace Jordan Butts, who remains in a Melbourne hospital with a punctured lung. Defender Nick Murray is expected to return. While veteran Matt Crouch has been given the green light to return in the SANFL after a hip injury. Carlton's Adam Cerra will face the tribunal tonight in the first test of the AFL's crackdown on umpire contact. North Melbourne will also appeal ruckman Tristan Sherry's 3-match ban. And it's been a day our cricketers won't forget. Australia bowled out the West Indies for the second lowest total in Test history, recording a 176-run win and a clean sweep of their series. Set a target of 204 for victory, the Windies were dismissed for just 27. Mitchell Starc finished with career best figures of 6 for 9, taking 5 wickets in 15 bowls. He says it's all still sinking in.
Very humbling to have played long enough to have a chance at a few different milestones. I guess things to reflect on when I'm finished.
Now checking 5AA traffic.
Afternoon at Airbray, Carvey Tree Crossroad near Waite Road. Salisbury East, Carvey traffic light. The traffic light has come off very second best in this one. Main North Road near Clayson Road and Seaford Urgent Gasworks Commercial Road near Hellsmith Terrace. Busy at the moment, South Road, Edwardstown slow. Main North Road at Enfield. Thanks to Rob the Truckie for letting us know there's a camera on Cross Road at Myrtle Bank right now. Every day, all around Australia, extraordinary people create moments that inspire. See them, hear them, all you have to do is nominate them at australianoftheyear.org.au. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
A late shower tonight and then a shower or two tomorrow, a high of 16. Showers easing on Thursday, also 16, and partly cloudy for Friday, 15. At the moment, 13. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
In your suburb.
Good evening from Port Noarlunga.
Across your state.
A sombre scene here in Bordertown tonight.
9 News is covering the stories that matter to South Australians.
We begin with breaking news tonight.
South Australian parents urged to be extra vigilant.
Because your home is our home. Adelaide is your city. 9 is your news. Snooze members save up to 40% off mattresses and up to 30% off bed frames. Hurry, the Snooze member event ends Sunday. Exclusions, T's and C's apply.
It's amazing what a little snooze can do.
Breaking up is never easy. And when a relationship does end, there's so much to work through. What happens with the house, the car, the kids, your future? It's hard to know where to start. And that's where Anderson Solicitors will help. In just 90 minutes, Andersons will create your personalised family roadmap, explaining your options and outlining a clear plan for the next steps. And all for a set fee. Anderson Solicitors. Help when you need it.
It's Christmas in July at Wayville Hyundai. With every car delivered this month, we'll donate $100 straight to the Salvation Army Red Shield Appeal, so your new Hyundai helps Aussies in need. Plus, we're inviting you to join us by popping a donation under our Christmas tree so we can pass it on to Salvation Army. Head to our website to see how you can help make a difference. Visit wayvillehyundai.com.au and change the way you Hyundai at Wayville Hyundai.
Rollerco would never boast about how good they are at fixing sliding doors and windows. So I'll do it for them. For nearly 40 years, Rollerco have been making and fixing all sorts of sliding doors and windows. They seriously know everything there is to know. And if by some outrageous chance they don't have the parts you need, they'll do their very best to find a solution. Rollerco.com.au. They'll get you rolling. Rollerco.com.au.
In Adelaide and across South Australia, this is 5AA, always Adelaide. Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
Welcome back at 9 minutes after 5 on this Tuesday. Still to come on the show. We'll speak to former boxer Barry Michael. Looking forward to that at 5:30 tonight. We'll also talk about the Test series that's complete in the West Indies with former Australian cricketer himself, Wayne Clark, and Ned McHenry will be in studio with us after 6 as always. And your calls, 8223 0000. When did you have a day out? Or did you know someone that had a day out in a day of sport? 8223 0000 is the number. We'll get your calls very shortly. And we are live as well on the Ranella Hyundai live stream on Facebook and YouTube. Well worth watching because our man's here in Coach's Corner.
On the 5AA Sports Show, this is Coach's Corner with Scott Camporeale. Thanks to Unique Homestyle Foods, proudly baking for hundreds of South Australian businesses for 35 years. Greatness in the making.
You would have seen Braddles or Kerners have a day out. Witnessed a couple of days out by those boys.
I have witnessed a couple. I reckon Cooter played West Coast Eagles. Remember Paul Simmons that played on the wing for number 16?
Yeah.
Cooter had about 25 marks on him. It was almost like taking the...
That's a day out.
PI double five. He just kicked it to him and he just kept jumping all over. We felt sorry for him in the end. But Fev had a day out. Remember the Millennial game? Yeah. He kicked 12. That was the start of his career, the Millennial game. Kicked 12. That's a nice... New Year's Eve, 1999.
I just had a text come up. Campo had a day out, bring up his 26 touches, 7-goal game.
Whoa.
Off the wing.
Hang on.
Wow. That's a day out.
Where
was
that?
Off the wing.
That was at Optus Oval or Princess Park.
That's a day out.
We played Fremantle. Yes.
What
No
year?
one. 1996 it was.
Wow.
Yeah. That's a day out. Yeah.
7.
It's 7, yeah. Yeah, no, it was one of those days, and it just falls your way and
7
happened to be in the right place at the right time.
That's a day
Mine was
out.
pinball in a fish and chip shop.
Yeah. Mine was quota awarding times 3 on the same day. No, it didn't happen. Now, Butsy's got a
collapse lung.
Collapse lung. You've had one.
Yeah, I had one. I reckon it was under 19s when I was playing at the Eagles at Woodville Oval.
Oh, right.
And, it's like a hip and shoulder, and my arm got caught in between the rib cage.
and cracked a rib.
Breaks a rib and punctures a lung.
But I didn't know. You sort of, geez, that's sore, and then you obviously can't breathe for a while. But it's like you're really badly winded, but you just can't get your breath back. You're sort of just taking that half breath all the time.
The air's out the tyre.
And it doesn't reinflate until you actually go to the hospital to get the air out of the chest cavity. So that was an interesting
exercise.
You told us about that.
Yeah, it's not very nice. They literally, well, they probably changed now, but I remember going in there and they said, yeah, we'll get you straight in. Gave me a little bit of local, just virtually at the top of your pec, just below your collarbone there. They said this might sting a little bit. And they literally got like a golf shaft. That's what it looked like, with a tube on it. And they put it down into your chest, and as it went through...
Between the ribs? Yeah.
And as soon as it got in there, all you can hear is coming out. And then you literally stay in hospital. I think I was in there for at least a day, maybe 2 days, and they put a tube in there because they got to make sure that all the air gets reinflated to things. So, yeah, scary. Absolutely scary.
So Dipper played the grand final with one.
Unbelievable.
So you just think about that.
Yeah.
I mean, scary for Butts. He's still not home. He's on his way home. What would you miss with that?
I can't remember. The boys did ask me. I can't remember. But, I mean, obviously there's always...
You're going to miss 2 or 3.
Well, particularly if there's a rib broken as well. There's always that chance that it's still splintered and it can it's not like you can get the old rubber, like when you fix a puncture and you just wrap it up and put a little bit of the old bike shop, just put a little bit of protection over it.
CLK legal injury report. So Jordan Butts is chest to be confirmed. Josh Rochelle knee to be confirmed. M. Crouch is back.
Beautiful.
Is that the answer? Let's say he has 2 or 3 or even a month to get his fitness back in the sample. Is he the answer for that midfield? Because if I look at that midfield numbers, Crows lost clearance quite easily, actually. Dogs kicked 5 goals from centre square and 9 goals, 6 from stoppage. That needs to be fixed. If you want to be serious in September, doesn't that need to be fixed?
Well,
and can he fix it?
Well, I think he can help. There's no question that he can help. And he's probably the only one that's got some finals, other than Tex, that's got finals experience. Because, if you go through that list, none of them have really got any. But and I don't think he'll be overawed by the situation or anything like that. And I think he's a great leader, Matt. But he needs to be 100% fit to take him into the final series. That would be the only waiver on it. And knowing Matt very well, he won't leave any stone unturned. He'll be desperate to get back. So I think
he's got 6 weeks. He could have a month of the sample.
And I think 6 weeks is big.
Plenty.
It's just a challenge of what that, because they haven't had him for a while, what that midfield makeup looks like.
Well, looks like Berry's got his role.
At the moment, yeah.
Same.
Yeah, correct. So that'll be an interesting one because I think Sam's, I think he's played his part, so far when he's come
last
in.
Night, actually.
So he's been good.
No doubt.
Obviously, Isaac's probably, can play a little bit more forward, and I think that's looking like the case at the moment.
Well, and Josh Rochelle is an unknown, really, isn't
right.
it? And
I don't mind that.
To his return, so
just on that, Crows 11-9 from turnover. It was contrasting styles. 11-9 from turnover. How'd you see the game?
Well, it's interesting because, and it's going to be a bit similar this week because if I had a good look at the Suns, and if you remember last time they played them, it was a very even across all the numbers. Like there wasn't a lot between them.
Yep.
There was probably just some patches during the game where they, a couple of goals here and some defensive positioning, early in the game and those sort of things. But they've since we've done more body of evidence. So their number 1 centre bounce team, Gold Coast, which is going to be pretty important, and you saw that what the challenge is if you don't get that right last
5
week
goals they kicked from
against the Bulldogs.
Yep.
And so that gives them field position. And what Gold Coast have been able to do in 2025 is they're a front half team. So that's the challenge will be, can they don't have to absolutely smash Gold Coast, but they need to win their fair share in there to get some field position, because I don't think they necessarily want to be always trying to kick winning scores out of their back half, out of their defensive half, and they are the best team at doing it.
Number 1.
But when you're playing against some top 4 defensive teams, which Gold Coast are this year, they're only giving up 77 points. So that's going to be a challenge for them. If they lose field position off the back of their clearance game, I think that would be one thing that they'd be not worried about, but we just need to tidy that up just to make sure that we get an even cure with that. And the thing is with Gold Coast don't score out of their defensive half. So they're 18th. So there's a number for you that could be pivotal. So if they can actually get some field position from the clearance game, as you said, Rowey.
Centre bounce is important.
Centre bounce is important, but also when they get it in there, they're not necessarily really good at kicking a score out of their back half Gold Coast. They don't transition the ball that well. They're more contest, clearance, forward half, lock it in, repeat entries and score from there. So
does that mirror the Richmond era that Hardwick had?
No, I think Dimmer's teams were still very good from a transition. So you think about Rance and you think about Broad and those guys that can't, Boston. They were still very good.
Collins is a different player to Rance.
Correct, yeah.
I made this statement a number of times. I had to take your seat as special comments.
How'd
I
you
was trying to channel, nowhere near as good as you, but I was trying to channel you. How many times have I mentioned Capo? Capo would be looking at the score source. Capo would be looking at this. I hope I did you justice, but anyway. And then I get a bit loose because at the end I get emotional and I think, well, wow, we've just beaten the Bulldogs. And I made this statement, Crows can win the flag.
I did text Tuggers during the call. I said, how's my mate going? And then he goes, he said we can win it about 20 times.
20. Oh,
so it wasn't once.
Tuggers would have been 20.
It was at least
in the last quarter when I knew they had it. Well, they were 30-odd points up. I said they can win the flag because I build that as a big test for them.
Did you play any of the...
No production piece. No.
It's got to be this weekend if we do it.
Well, you got the Suns, you got...
Hawthorn
away. You've still got a showdown. You've got a few Collingwood at home.
Well, you're ready to rip it out 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, well, I've had it. Someone's had a stern talking to me.
Okay.
So
someone from the Crows?
No, they couldn't give a rat toss back. But back that statement up.
Oh, they're up to their eyeballs. There's no question. 100%. I've said this the last couple of weeks. If you put Collingwood, Geelong, Hawthorn, any of those teams in Melbourne, if you put those set of numbers up that Adelaide are producing at the moment, everyone would be going, they're good as they're right in there. So, but I like the fact that people are not rating them.
It's good.
Like there's nothing better than
in the last couple of weeks, and I blamed him. I told him.
Hey, I've been sitting under the radar. People don't listen to me, Timmy.
Well, you raised it.
Look what I did in 2017. I wrecked that.
Yeah,
I've learned from that,
and I've been trying to not make you visit that again.
No,
Rowey.
I know it's been very difficult.
Let me tell you. Wasn't your fault in 2017. I had more to do with it.
You certainly did. Well, the stance thing's not going to come back, surely.
Maybe they should bring it back. Just
God,
no. Well, if you want to.
Timmy's happy.
Let's talk Port Adelaide before we go to the break. They're in all sorts with injuries.
God, you look across the league, don't you? I mean, you look at poor old Essendon. I mean, they're just getting absolutely slaughtered with injuries. I haven't seen anything like it. If you have a look at
it'd be hard to judge Essendon.
Oh, you can't,
year, wouldn't it?
No, absolutely, you can't. When you have that many injuries. But getting back to Port, look, brave effort, Jason Horne-Francis, if he has got a break to play on Connor, obviously with his hand.
Alia's limping in the game.
He doesn't look right. It's an interesting one. I mean, it's all but gone now, isn't it? Really,
I was going to ask you.
Only 9 teams can make it now.
With potentially 8 guys out for the season and the like. Do you go back to the well of past players that have played, or do you start to look at guys that perhaps you picked up in the mid-season draft? There's a young fella, Josh Lai, I love off. He's gone to half back now. Who's so good overhead.
Yeah.
Got electric pace. I don't know how many you can put in.
That would be my only, that was the thing that came to my head is you can sit there and you go, and I hear it a lot. Play the kids, play this. You've got to have support around those players because otherwise you get thrown to the wolves. So, and a lot of these guys, they've played some senior footy at SANFL level or Waffle level, whatever. But as we know, the gap is huge. And let's not forget, you're coming up against Hawthorn, who are fighting and coming off or bouncing out of a loss on the weekend. So they'll be pretty keen to rectify it. But it's an interesting one because, I mean, Ken's on record as I'm playing the team that can win.
Yeah, you're going to try and play your best team.
So there's a balance in all that as well. But when you've got so many injuries, it comes to that point where you go, well, what's the lesser of the two evils, I suppose.
I just think in the next 6 weeks, I wouldn't mind having a look at a couple.
Yeah.
And ones that I've watched this lad all year. Josh Lai will not pull out of a contest. And he backs back and he's got unbelievable hands overhead. And he's got pace.
Yeah.
So I just want to see him at the level because maybe with better players around him and all the rest of it. And fast
Well, it's often the case, isn't it?
Might suit him.
Yeah, it's often the case. You probably, I reckon, no more than one per line. So one in the defenders, one in your mids, and one is where you can actually just absorb that and help them through. But
there's some players that the higher the level they go, the better they are.
Correct.
Yeah. And he could be one.
I reckon at the pace.
Maybe just have a look.
He might like it.
Taking your calls, 8223 0000. We've got Campo in here, $50 Powers voucher. Days out. Have you had a day out? And thank you again. I don't know, I did this yesterday as well. Hawthorn at home, Rowey, you clown. The Crows are playing Hawthorn Friday night at home.
That's correct.
Correct.
All right, 22 after 5. All thanks to Unique Homestyle Foods. Call into Campo. Let's check your traffic.
G'day there at Airbreak, Harvey Tree Crossroad near Wake Road, Salisbury East, Harvey traffic light. Traffic light has come off very second best in this one. Main North Road near Clayson Road. They're fixing that now. Busy at Glen Osmond for works. Port Rice Road near Giles Road. And thanks to Rob the Truckie for letting us know. There's a camera on Cross Road at Myrtle Bank right now. Double your pleasure at a Porto with a double Bondi burger box with 2 crispy chicken strips, chips, drink and dipping sauce. It's too good. Grab your double Bondi burger box only at a Porto. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
If you want to know what's going on at the Port Adelaide Football Club, listen in to the 5AA Sports Show. Each week, Rowey and Timmy G chat with the players and coaches in the know. Thanks to Sharman Shelving. Sharman have moved their showroom next door into the big white building, still at 412 North East Road.
Tired of rising power bills? What if you could eliminate power bills forever? With NRG Solar, the new cheaper home batteries program gives eligible homes and businesses up to 30% off the cost of a new home battery, saving you thousands. NRG Solar has the know-how to help you claim the rebate and design a system that delivers real long-term value. Own your energy, own your future. Call 1300 858 160. That's 1300 858 160 or visit nrgsolar.com.au now.
Hi, Brett Ebert here for Mawson Lakes Mazda. There's a lot to like about Mawson Lakes Mazda. They'll take care of you with next day servicing, complimentary loan car, vacuum and wash. And your breakfast or lunch is on them. Your car gets the love too with their state-of-the-art service centre, brimming with top-trained mechanics. At Mawson Lakes Mazda, they'll look after your car and look after you. Mawson Lakes Mazda, just a short drive from the city.
Here's a stat you need to hear. Literally, 1 in 6 Australians are living with some sort of hearing loss. It's hard to notice because it creeps up on you, but it doesn't have to get in the way of things. Not if you do something about it now. Can Do Hearing can provide solutions to make living with hearing loss so much better. And your options are almost endless. Book an appointment with Can Do Hearing. candohearing.com.au. That sounds better.
You wake up and you're feeling a bit off. Your nose is runny, but maybe it's just a cold. That scratchy throat, though, that could be something worse.
Test for COVID, Flu A, Flu B and RSV in just minutes with Cell Life, the premium 4-in-1 rapid antigen test. Fast, reliable results. Make the smart choice for your health and your family. Insist on the brand the healthcare professionals prefer. Cell Life at leading chemists and Amazon. CELLIFE.
Get saving now with City Discount Tyres. We're offering great deals on the world's top brands in tyres, wheels, suspension and parts. Suitable for four-wheel drives, SUVs and passenger cars, including Falcon, Michelin, Pirelli, Kumho, Hankook and many more. Finance options available. Search citydiscounttyres.com.au and locate your nearest dealer today. City Discount Tyres. We're driven by value.
City Discount Tyres.
We open our doors to people we trust and care about. And for over 90 years, South Australians have been opening their doors to Rest Haven. In turn, we've been opening doors to an easier, better life at home. From personal care to help with the shopping and social outings, you'll welcome the care that Rest Haven brings.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
Welcome back at 26 after 5 here on this Tuesday evening. Very soon, Barry Michael to speak with us and Wayne Clark as we get into the cricket. Ned McHenry not far off, but right now we're in Coach's Corner thanks to Unique Homestyle Foods. You want to call Campo, 8223 0000.
And the Crows are up their eyeballs in the flag this year. Campo's rubber stamped that. Anyway, that's how we roll. Hello, Andrew at Kersbrook.
G'day, boys. How are you?
Good.
Good, Andrew.
Round 6, 1993. For the day out, Ablett and Salmon.
Yeah. What they kick each was ridiculous.
Ablett kicked 14, Salmon kicked 10.
Wow. Who won, Andrew?
Oh, shit.
Hang on.
Shivers.
Say shivers, Andrew.
We'll ask the question again. Who won?
Ablett kicked 9 in a grand final and they lost.
And lost, yeah.
So he could have kicked 14 and still
the
lost.
Bombers won.
We'll find out.
I do sort of remember it. We spoke to Big Fish.
We did.
We had him in
I
prior to
think
gather round. Yeah, I reckon he spoke about that. I reckon Bombers won.
You're golfers. Anyone who has 59s a day out on the golf course.
59?
59. There's...
Who's at 59?
Well, off 18 holes?
Yeah, for 18 holes.
I could do that for 9.
That's a day out.
That's a day out.
I can do it for
Justin
9.
Thomas, I reckon, has done it. I reckon Bryson.
Wow. That is a day
59,
out.
that's a day out.
That's unbelievable.
What would you rather kick a day out? Kick 10 in a grand final and win?
Yeah.
Have a round of golf like that? Get a hat trick in an Ashes test at Lords?
Yeah. No.
Or say 200 in an Ashes test at Lords?
Campo hates cricket.
Oh, do you?
No, it's not. That's not fair.
Come on, you don't like cricket.
Cricket's
Campo.
not my number one choice.
Okay.
Jeez, that's a tough question.
Okay, a 59 at Augusta.
Yeah.
Or 10 in a grand final.
Augusta.
59 at Augusta.
You take that.
Yeah. I've won a premiership.
Yeah.
Oh, fickle.
He's already done that, mate. Yeah, been there, done that.
Essendon won that game against the Cats, by the way.
Yeah, I thought the Fish
Actually, I
said
saw
that.
this Carlton stat today and I thought of you. So their last flag was 1995.
We just went to the reunion.
That's it. And in that time, Carlton have finished in the bottom 6 16 times since.
Out of 30 years.
That's pretty poor, isn't it?
Yeah.
Next question.
With that.
You got any callers? Yeah. Barney, Kidman Park. What have you got?
Hey, Barney.
G'day, gentlemen. Hey, look, I've been working, so I haven't been listening most of the night. Just a quick one. If the AFL are going to be serious about, football actions and it's more about the outcome than the action, well, Butts' incident, I know it looked soft, but the action and the outcome, as we know what the outcome is. So they've set a precedent now. If something happens to a Crows player or a Crows player does some action and the outcome is like that, I'd be using that as, our defence. Because
Barney, you're assuming that the push or the fend or the
use of the palm,
heel of the palm into the chest was the injury, and we believe that wasn't how it happened. So until we hear from Butsy
and find out how,
how, yeah,
you can't be charging anyone.
No.
Campo,
hey, what Campo? Now, are you back this week?
Back this week.
Thank God.
Yes.
So the Crows have got Sunday and your special comments because our listeners, our 5AA listeners,
where's that being played, Stephen?
Here.
Oh, good. Well done. Unique Homestyle Foods bring us Campo, proudly baking for hundreds of South Australian businesses, large and small. For 35 years, hustlers in the baking industry.
Done,
visit uniquehomestylefoods.com.au. Campo, thank you.
Outstanding. It's 5:30.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good afternoon, I'm Kendall Brettig. Police and family of Brevet Sergeant Jason Doig have given emotional victim impact statements in court, reliving the day he was shot dead in 2023. The Reserve Bank is proposing to scrap the much maligned surcharges on card payments, but not everyone's happy. A woman's been arrested accused of stealing a pram from Melrose Park last week. And Port Adelaide's Jace Burgoyne is weighing up whether to make a complaint to police after copping vile racist abuse online. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Afternoon at Salisbury East to Carvey traffic light. The traffic light has come off very second best in this one, getting fixed at the moment. Main North Road near Clayson Road. We're quite busy at the moment. South Road at Mile End, super slow. Henley Beach Road at Torrensville. Look out for works at Prospect Churchill Road near Clifton Street. Got a camera too. Thanks to Rob the Truckie for letting us know about this one. It's on Crossroad at Myrtle Bank and it's there right now. Flee the freeze and find the heat in Bali. Air Age, you can fly direct to Bali from just $219. What are you waiting for? Book now at airasia.com. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
A late shower tonight and a shower or two tomorrow, a high of 16. At the moment, 12. More news at 6 o'clock on 5AA, always Adelaide.
5AA Winter Breakfast. Tom Wren and Jade Robran.
Shining a spotlight on our healthcare system. We heard an awful story about Kevin, his experience over the weekend. We've got Ashton Hearn, Shadow Health Minister, who has called in and has been listening throughout the program. This system is getting worse and worse.
Yeah, absolutely. Barely a day goes by at the moment where we're not hearing about more tragedies within our health system, and it is a sign of a system that is broken.
Weekday mornings from 6 on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Go Vita, your local health food shops. With 40 years health and wellness experience and over 300 natural health practitioners specialising in you.
Hi, I'm Natasha from Go Vita Fairview Green. Don't let your dog suffer in pain. Curcupet is a concentrated turmeric supplement specially formulated to reduce symptoms of arthritis in dogs. Now $44.50 for 56 tablets. For a limited time, pick up your free trial pack.
Go Vita, Colonnades, Fairview Green, Marion, Mount Barker, Manapara, Semaphore and Tanunda.
Step back in time with the treasures of the Viking Age at the South Australian Museum. Featuring artefacts of the Galloway Hoard, the most remarkable collection of Viking Age objects ever unearthed in Britain or Ireland. A time capsule of gold, silver and treasures with unique heirlooms is revolutionising our understanding of medieval Europe. They are now being displayed for the first time ever outside of Britain. On now until the 27th of July. Book now at samuseum.sa.gov.au.
If you've seen Aldi's low prices, you may have thought they're having a sale, but they're not. And here's how you can tell. If there was a sale, I'd be talking like this and saying, hurry, on a megaphone while a time bomb ticks and dollar signs flash before your eyes and your ears ring with a cha-ching. But there is no sale. Just low prices every day at Aldi. So you can sit back, relax and enjoy the soothing everyday sound of an Aldi checkout. Aldi, good different.
John Williamson is coming to Adelaide.
A true blue. How you going, folks? Join me on my 55-year anniversary tour. My travelling days are done.
It's raining on the rock.
I'll be playing all my old favourites and songs from my new album. How many songs?
Beautiful world.
Can't wait to see you there.
They come from you. John Williamson, Her Majesty's Theatre, Friday, July 25. Book now at Ticketek, supported by 5AA.
Every day, for decades, Robert made his way down the 3 steps that led to his pride and joy. A model train set in the back shed, complete with passengers, a bridge, landscaping and stations. That is, until Robert couldn't manage the stairs anymore. That's when his wife turned to Anglicare SA. With some planning and ramps in place, Robert can get back to what he loves. And his wife can too. Anglicare SA, always there supporting people in need.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
We've had an absolute cluster this year with the buys. 5 weeks of buys. That did not work. That cannot happen next year. We need a season-wide buy, round 12 next year. And you can see there, Western Australia play Victoria at Optus Stadium on Saturday night. And it is one of the great spectacles. It might be the best spectacle behind AFL Grand Final Day. 2 squads of 26 players, so you allow a few more on the bench to then obviously manage the minutes, which is a big thing. Everyone talks about the game being too long. Maybe this could be a shorter game as well. This could be one of the great jewels in the crown of the AFL.
25-6. So that was Jack Riewoldt. He was talking last night on the couch with Lee Matthews, Jordan Lewis and Mike Sheehan about the concept of State of Origin next year. It's becoming more and more likely that it could happen under Andrew Dillon's reign. And they were discussing where you put it in the season. There's been a lot of chat about February. They were putting up the idea of maybe in the middle of the year. So you take a 1-round bye where every team, instead of trying to spread it out over 5 weeks, they do it in one weekend and you slam one big game of State of Origin in the middle. And Victoria and WA and SA sort of share it around year on year. What are your thoughts around what State of Origin could look like?
I just think they're trying to flog a dead horse. It died a slow death. It didn't just go boom. It sadly, the
neither the clubs nor the players got behind it in the late 90s.
Well,
So
I can't see them changing that.
It's different now. So a lot of players are invested in it.
But well, they say they are. We played for state pride and got no money for it. And we couldn't wait for the state squad to come out. You worked for that and then you got picked and you played and you loved it. I don't know whether there'd be too many players
the middle of the year works, and I'll tell you why. People look forward to that bye. I think guys that are playing, consistent football and the like go, gee, I wouldn't mind that week off. So I don't think that works. Now, I've heard the concept that they'll do it at the beginning of the year in amongst the community series, and maybe that is the time. You're all fit, all the rest of it, and you have a go. I remember probably the best carnival I saw was the 1988 Bicentenary Carnival, which was played in February here in Adelaide. And gee, that was great football, and it was shared around between all the states and even Tassie and what's not came over, so it was good. Really good carnival.
But I think Tony Hall did his knee in a State of Origin game.
That's and that was in the middle of the year.
That's exactly right. So imagine a star like that
back then
getting injured in a State of Origin.
That's why it dropped off, because they were investing too much money into players. The clubs didn't want to take the risk, so you're not playing, you got a corky, and then you end up with, a bits of this and a bits of that, and it wasn't committed to. So,
well, the other thing is back then we shared at the Crows in the first year $1.2 million amongst 52 players. Now there's players that are all on over $1 million. You can't jeopardise that.
Well, some people don't want to, but depending on the game and how much desire there is from the players, if you're able to set that up pre-season and it's Victoria, WA, and you have to wait maybe a couple of years before your state gets it, there might be a lot more enthusiasm around it because you're not playing every year, so it's not a ho-hum.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, it's our turn, you ripper.
Okay, so
we get to represent our state.
So what's the incentive for a player? So is it to play for your state?
Yeah, it'd be that state pride.
No money, so just state pride.
You've got to remember, most of these lads all went through the under-18 championships and under-16 championships and the like, where the state pride is on the line, and they loved it. So I reckon they would have a hunger for that, and a lot of them would like to revisit it.
Okay, so you think 100% of players selected would be happy to play for state pride, no money?
Well, they'll always get paid something. Okay. They always pay something.
We didn't.
Yeah, the Players Association had a different deal.
You absolutely would have got paid. It was normally a flat 500.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a bad memory, haven't I?
Yeah, you have.
Okay, so they'll get paid, and they pay for state pride. Why would a club sign that off?
Because the AFL tell them that they have to.
So it would have to be driven by that?
The AFL and the Players Association will drive it.
They'll drive it, okay. And then the club will have no say?
The club gets, because if the club has a say, they're not playing.
Yeah.
So that's why it has to be the other two.
That's right.
And that will drive it away. So imagine this year, like they're talking, it's WA Victoria. Next year, it's SAWA.
Yep.
I think you'd be, I want to play, because you're not every year. You're not every year.
So our topic was a day out. We said Jumbo in 76, as good a grand final as you'll ever see from anyone. And it's on the back of Boland getting a hat trick. And
Mitchell Stark
getting
6 for
9. Up for 6 for 9. So here's a great one. Angus Grace playing for St. Peter's first 11 in England last week against Felsted College, which is the equivalent over there in England, took 5 for none.
Whoa,
we need to get Angus. So Angus
is a day out.
That's a day out, son.
I got one set to me. A bloke called Barnsley had a day out about 10 years ago for Paralawi in the amateurs. He kicked 32 goals. Now, that's a day out. Do you remember Ross Gibbs playing for Victor Harbour years ago in the 90s?
Yeah.
I reckon he kicked 32 goals.
Oh, ridiculous.
And when he was lining up for his 30th, he was going to drop his dax.
No, I think he did.
And the umpire said, I'll report you if you do that. Yeah.
I think he still did.
You reckon he got reported?
Yeah, probably. Had a bit of moon shadow. Now, we're still waiting for the last man standing, the Barry Michaels story. I've got his book in hand.
Yep.
Have we got him?
Haven't been able to pick up the phone, unfortunately.
Well, why don't we have a break and come back with Baz?
No, he's last man waiting on the line. But do you remember him? He was a great boxer.
Look, do you know what? Until I picked up the book, I didn't remember his name, but I remember that fight with Lester Ellis.
Yeah.
I do remember that, and it was massive.
Yeah, mid-80s, about 85.
It was massive.
Yeah.
So, yes, I do, but I had to think about it.
Yeah.
Great read.
And I've had a little peekaboo, and I didn't mind it at all. So very
It's 20 minutes to 6. We'll take a quick break and check your traffic. Hopefully very soon he'll pick up the phone.
G'day there, Salisbury East Carby traffic light. The traffic light has come off very second best in this one. Main North Road near Clayson Road. Works at Hillier, Anglevale Road near Wingate Road. Activity at O'Halloran Hill is slow. Southern Expressway near Majors Road for the new on and off ramps. and we're quite busy for the drive home South Road at Mile End. Cameras Cavan Road, Dry Creek and Elizabeth Way at Elizabeth. The IKEA sale is now on. Enjoy up to 60% off hundreds of products. Head in-store or to ikea.com.au before everyone finds out. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Deliver more with Toyota, the world's #1 forklift brand. Choose from a great range including pallet jacks, walkie stackers and reach forklifts, right up to their leading Toyota counterbalance forklifts. Legendary reliability and safety with cleaner, greener electric options. Toyota can tailor the right forklift solution for you. It's all part of the Toyota Forklift Advantage. For more, visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au. Get a Toyota forklift.
You wake up and you're feeling a bit off. Your nose is runny, but maybe it's just a cold. That scratchy throat, though, that could be something worse.
Test for COVID, Flu A, Flu B and RSV in just minutes with Cell Life, the premium 4-in-1 rapid antigen test. Fast, reliable results. Make the smart choice for your health and your family. Insist on the brand the healthcare professionals prefer. Cell Life at leading chemists and Amazon. CELLIFE.
It's got a text here. Thanks, Jason. NRL players get $30,000 a game for State of Origin.
Yeah, I reckon they'd do it for nothing, though. I love it.
And that's the passion you want, isn't it? Hey, if you need to move from A to B to C to D, your best move is hiring from Budget Car and Truck Rental.
Correct. And if you want to get started, they'll give you boxes and tape for storage. They'll give you covers to make sure all the furniture is in pristine condition when they get there. Budget's got you sorted.
Well, they certainly do, and you need the perfect set of wheels, and Budget has them all. Big cars, small cars, moving vans, trucks, available on a standard driver's licence. There's utes, hybrids, trailers, 12 to 25 seat buses and more. Imagine getting a little Pilot and zooming up to the Barossa.
Now, once you've chosen your vehicle, grab Budget's blankets, the trolleys, the boxes, the tape. Everything will go smooth.
Job done easy with Bouget, a family-owned business with friendly staff you can count on. And I'll tell you what, they got multiple locations across our great state.
They certainly do. Got something big to budge? Budget with a Budget rental truck. Call 13 27 27.
Hi, I'm Adam from Gutser. We've been relining gutters across Australia for nearly 30 years. Now you can get your hands on our DIY house gutter relining kit. This means you can install gutter liner for under $10 a metre. It's tough, has a 10-year weatherproof warranty, and it's 70% cheaper than replacing your gutters. Go to gutser.com.au to see the installation videos. Buy online and get the kit delivered to your door. Nothing can be finer than Gutser Gutter Liner.
Unlock your next getaway with a chance to win one of 2 Crusader caravans, plus 50k in vouchers to be won nationally. Buy the advertiser, find today's code word and enter at winwithnews.com.au. T's and C's apply. T25/904.
If you're a gardener, then you know the first place you want to be is in your garden. The second is a garden grove, sipping a really good coffee while you tuck into a scrumptious breakfast. Or sipping a glass of wine and chatting over the chef's special. Because the thing about Garden Grove is, it's not just the garden centre that's amazing. So is the cafe.
Garden Grove, the garden that I want.
gardengrove.com.au. Golden Grove.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
5:45. Ned McHenry in the studio with us very, very shortly. 8223 is the number you can call in on as well. And we'll be talking cricket as well, hopefully with Wayne Clark, former Australian cricketer too. And we've got your texts on the text line, Unique Homestyle Foods, 0448 08 1395.
Well, we're talking about days out, and Scotty Boland had one. He is the 10th Australian to get a hat-trick in Test cricket. Now, if I had said to you before we got into the sports show, how many would you have thought? I would have thought it'd be more than 10.
Yeah, it's rare.
But they're rare. They are absolutely rare. Scott Boland is a what?
He's a bowler.
Victorian. Peter Siddle is a what?
Peter Siddle is a bowler.
Victorian.
Correct.
Shane Warne is a what?
A bowler. Victorian.
You see the theme? Merv Hughes is a what?
Okay, another
Damien Fleming.
Another Victorian.
That's what I'm saying. What is it about Victorians?
Well, apparently 8 out of the 10 are Victorians.
All are, that's it. All are Glenn McGrath.
So the better question is, who are the 2 that got hat-tricks for Australia that aren't Victorian?
So are you saying McGrath was on that list?
Glenn McGrath
He's New South Wales. So.
Who are the rest?
Who's the...
Hugh Trumbull.
Gary Gilmore.
He didn't get one.
Oh, he got it in World Series cricket. That's right. So that doesn't count. Oh, bugger. Sorry. I was there that day.
Were you?
Yeah, Football Park.
Hugh Trumbull is also from Victoria. Yes, he is from Victoria.
Is he?
Right.
Okay, Jimmy Matthews, where's he from?
I'll look that up.
He
Jimmy
got him
Matthews.
versus England. He's got 2, actually, Jimmy Matthews.
What year did he get it?
1912.
Yeah. Oh, yep. I missed that test.
And Fred Spoof in 1879.
No way.
That is in 1879 was the first ever Australian.
Did you say Jim Matthews?
Yes.
He is from Mount Gambier, South Australia.
There you go. Well, Jimmy's done it twice versus England in 1912.
I wonder how close.
Just before World War One.
You know, I'd like to hear from cricketers, how close were you to one? And somebody dropped it. Or,
near enough.
Yeah, didn't get the decision for LB or something. I'd love to hear those sad stories.
It's a bit like a hole-in-one lipping out at
the last
cup.
minute. Oh, good.
Or hitting the flag, landing in it and bouncing back out.
Oh, hard
Break
luck.
your heart.
Hat trick stories.
Might do that tomorrow. Hard luck.
I like it.
Ball-breaking sports stories. Hello, Ange.
G'day, boys. How are you?
Excellent. Ange?
Before I go into my first one, Timmy, that was 78 against the West Indies, wasn't it, mate? Gary Gilmore's?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah,
Footy
I was
Park.
there.
Yeah.
I was there. Yeah.
Spot on.
Young, won't know what age I was, but I was there.
You would have been young, Ange. Yeah.
Wow.
You know, it's funny, though. If my wife was hearing this, she goes, bloody hell, Ange, I told you something 2 days ago, you forget, but you can remember something from 78.
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm the same.
Yeah, it's a very good
we got memories like elephants.
Yeah.
Long-term memories.
Yeah.
Nothing short-term.
Turn the slow cooker on, Timmy. Forget.
Hey, guys, this new rule with the umpire contact, right? You bring the rule on the 1st of July. How can you back pay it to incidents that happened before that? Like, it should be okay, boys, as from this date, moving forward, you touch an umpire, this is what's going to happen. Like, what businesses, what do you know that something that happens in the past, you get into trouble for? I just don't understand all these different rules that they're changing all the time, boys.
Yeah, it's a hard one, Ange. I'm very big on, obviously, we don't want umpire contact, but we've got 4 of them out there now. And trying to avoid that, and I understand deliberate play where, say, somebody's trying to get rid of their opponent and they lead them into that, well, then I reckon the opponent should be penalised for pushing them into the umpire's pathway, not the other way around where Chera's getting, questioned about whether he was trying to contact the umpire or not. So I think we've got to be very careful with it. But, gee, there's an overhaul needed on all fronts as far as this goes. And 3, we heard Dean Margetts tell us straight away.
Yep.
It is got to be 3.
All right, just quickly in regards to the umpire contact, the charge has been handed down to Adam Chera. It took him over half an hour to deliberate and sort out what his fine will be, and it ends up being $5,500. So Carlton
argued over $1,000.
Have argued over $750.
Oh dear!
Can you believe it? I don't even want to talk about that.
Wow.
Australia won by 176 runs. They whitewashed the series 3-0. Former Australian cricketer is Wayne Clarke. He joins us now. Clarke, well done, mate. That's a whitewash, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it was disappointing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, the wicket created that, and West Indies can bowl, but they're batting, Steve. I think you can make runs. Seriously.
Well, easy. Backyard runs.
Don't assume.
Well, all out for 27. That's not good for world cricket, is it, Wayne?
No.
Mate, no, definitely not. You know, the game of Test cricket's under a little bit of pressure, and there's all this thought do we have a 2-tier sort of system, and have relegation because these nations, you just don't want to see results like that. But the Australians bowl well, and again the bowlers are sort of holding up the batting side at the moment. So hopefully we can get it right for the Ashes series.
Yeah, well, Mitchie Starc, 400 Test wickets, his 100th Test. Can we just spend a little bit of time on Scotty Ballin? He's got the best Test bowling average in over 100 years, 16.53. Of our last 39 Tests, he's only played 14. He is one unlucky puppy, isn't he?
Oh, absolutely. And you see it, don't you, in certain eras that you think of players that probably Jamie Siddons, how come he didn't play a Test match? And, we talk about all these different guys, wicket keepers especially, but, bowling's just been born in the wrong era. I mean, and But I just love his attitude. You know, he just sort of does his job. You know that when he comes in, he's going to succeed. He just takes wickets. He took 6 for this game and did it easy. But yeah, it's unfortunate for him that he's probably not going to get the number of games that he probably deserves, because the 3 that are there, they've provided a pretty good combination for many a year, aren't they? And they've probably got a year or 2 left.
From 75 to about 95, the West Indies ran with 4 quicks.
Oh, yeah. But they'd have had another 6. They'd have had another 6 there that could have played too.
Yeah.
You know, they were incredible. So, yeah, look, I mean, when people have asked me, you know, what do you think of this bowling combination? Is it the best we've had? But result-wise, you know, you think you've got Cummins got 300, Hazelwood's got 300 wickets, Stark 400 now. So result-wise, you know, there's not been many better combinations here. Throw in Lyon then. It's been quite incredible, really.
Wayne, how are we going to fix those top order batting woes? I'm very fearful coming into, because England are having a ding-dong series against India. It's tough, hard Test cricket as we know it. I'm not confident going into this series with what we're offering at the moment.
Yeah, I'm pretty much inclined to agree. I mean, the kid Constas, I mean, we know that he can play, but, you know, he's just got to go back and you know, make runs in Shield cricket and learn his trade. He looks at the moment, he's not sure how he's got to play. And it's just unfortunate that first game that he played and he did all the, you know, all the bits to Bumrah and everyone, you know, is boosting him up. You're never going to survive doing that in Test cricket. So he's got to go back and earn his spot. So it's who takes his place. I mean, even Khawaja, you know, Khawaja will get the first couple of tests, but he's got to, you know, bat well and get consistent. But I see Nathan McSweeney, your bloke, he should have made 100 in the game, in the A game today, but I still rate him, what I've seen of him. He's got a great technique. I mean, there'll be no Bumrah. He gave him nightmares last year, unfortunately. And the other one, I think, eventually, Labuschagne, I hate watching him bat. It really does. I just can't do it. But if he goes back and starts making some runs, and that's the way that he started off, instead of all the bloody theories and the technique, this and that, and he keeps changing, he could come back in the side, because we know how good he can be. You know, he can give a bit of stability up in the top order. So
you're right. He's like watching Nadal going to serve. It's a nightmare.
Oh, seriously, him and Smith. I turn it off. I go. And I shouldn't say that. That's wrong. But all the bloody antics they go through. Just watch the ball, hit the ball.
Yeah, I've never liked fiddling. It's just it's awful, isn't it, to watch? Anyway, Clarkie, Green at 3. Webster's cut his lunch. He keeps that spot. Unless Green can bowl, he can tell his story walking.
Yeah, well, I believe he's been rolling his arm over there, so he's getting to a reasonable stage, because bowling-wise, I think that's what they want him. They rate him bowling-wise. But Webster, what's he done wrong? He can't do anything. He hasn't done anything wrong.
No.
But, I mean, there's an example of someone that's learnt their trade through Shield cricket. He's got big scores. You know, you go back to the Hussies and Rogers from our point of view, and other guys that the Leemans, they make thousands of runs in Shield cricket, learn their trade, and they're just ready-made for Test cricket. He's walked in there like he's been playing it for 3 or 4 years, you know. So I wish they'd sort of take more note sometimes of the runs that are being scored in the Shield cricket. So, yeah, Green, well, I've got a lot of time for him. I still think he came in and he looked terrible. He's pushing. I think the last couple of innings have been pretty good. The wickets there have been diabolical, but he seemed to be able to adjust to that. But I'd prefer him to have him in that number 6 position, I think, and bowling. But whether that happens, we'll have to wait and see how his back, carries on.
Now, we think Kaz behind the stumps is the best keeper. His batting's been outstanding, but I just feel like there's a love affair with Inglis to get him in the Test team. I hope I'm wrong.
Well, I reckon you're wrong. I think Carey is definitely
isn't he?
Going to. I mean, he had a nightmare in this game. I think he dropped 3 catches or something once, but the ball was wobbling around at night cricket. But I think he's batted well. He's done everything that he's been required I mean, Inglis will do his time in the shorter form of the game. It was a bit like Gilly waiting to get into the Hilly. You had to do their apprenticeship. Inglis, I mean, they're talking about that and maybe having Inglis playing as a sole as their batsman. I mean, that concerns me if they're going to throw him up to 3, and they were talking about that.
That's silly.
No, let him do his apprenticeship. Carey, he's earned his spot. He's got better and better. You know, his keeping has been very, very good, and his batting's been terrific. He's played some excellent innings. Maybe people say he should make more runs. Gilchrist did, but Gilchrist was the biggest thing wicketkeepers hate because he's just changed the game, and everybody expects them to be like Gilchrist. But I think Carey's batted really well and in tight situations and changed the momentum of games. So I'm not just because I'm talking to South Australians saying that, but that's the way I feel about Carey. I think he's safe. Yeah.
Well, the team's out there on the Bundy cans around the swimming pool. Job well done. 3 test series. A whitewash was outstanding. Clarkie, love chatting cricket with you, mate. Thanks for your time.
Good on you guys. Thanks very much. Bye.
Former Australian cricketer, great bowler himself. I think he coached the Warriors as well.
Sheffield Shield champ as well.
Some great stuff. No, he's a ripper. Well done. Australia just gave the West Indies a right royal insert swear word here.
Yeah, all thanks to Parafield Airport Liquor, Wayne Clark. When you're after that special drop, trust your pals to have it. It's the home of all the hardest to find wines, beers and spirits. If you haven't been there, you should check them out. They are brilliant, Sam and Jamie and the team. Life is better with your pals. It's 3 minutes to 6.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
They said launching a ute in Australia was an uphill battle. And the new Kia Tasman wouldn't have it any other way. With 4x4 tech built for tough terrain, it's Kia's most Australian vehicle yet, featuring low-range gearing, ground view monitors and auto-rear locking differential in select models. The Kia Tasman didn't reinvent the wheel, it just got dirty. The Kia Tasman, here now at your local Kia dealer.
Kia, movement that inspires. There's one word that should be deleted forever. It transcends language, culture, geography, status, and it doesn't discriminate. That word is cancer, and until we can delete it, we're going to treat it. Lift Cancer Care is dedicated to offering additional cancer services to complement your existing treatment plan. We collaborate closely with your medical team to achieve the best outcomes for your diagnosis. So, if you or a loved one are ever struck with the C word, think of the L word first. liftcancercare.com.au.
The passing of someone close places unique stress on family and friends. At this time, Farrell and O'Neill Funerals are here to provide reassurance and peace of mind. Farrell and O'Neill offer creative guidance and advice to tailor a service that best honours your loved one. Whether a large gathering or a small, intimate service, Farrell and O'Neill share their generations of experience in tailoring a unique and meaningful farewell. Proudly SA family-owned and operated, because it's personal.
John Williamson is coming to Adelaide.
A true blue. How you going, folks? Join me on my 55-year anniversary tour. My travelling days are done. It's raining on the rock. I'll be playing all my old favourites and songs from my new album. How many songs? Beautiful world. Can't wait to see you there. They come from you.
John Williamson, Her Majesty's Theatre, Friday, July 25. Book now at Ticketek, supported by 5AA.
Australian Retirement Trust. The raw retirement experts.
Retirement?
Yeah, it's like retirement, but fiercer, because it's powered by a big blue super monster.
Oh. Wait, are you sitting on a monster right now?
Yes, I am.
Oh, my. I should probably check my super.
Awaken your super with Australian Retirement Trust. Consider the PDS and TMD before deciding at art.com.au.
The latest local, national and international news for South Australia. This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
A late shower, then a shower or two tomorrow, a high of 16. With the 6 o'clock news, I'm Kendall Brettig. Port Adelaide says it will fully support young star Jace Burgoyne if he goes to police after copping vile racist abuse. Football boss Chris Davies has described the vilification as disgusting and says something needs to change.
I don't know whether the reporting of it would become a bit desensitised, but
The reality is that the people who are impacted are still impacted in a significant way, and what we saw on the weekend was an elevation.
Colleagues of slain police officer Jason Doig say they'll carry the grief and trauma for the rest of their lives. Brevet Sergeant Doig was fatally shot during a welfare check in the state's southeast in 2023. Sergeant Michael Hutchinson was also wounded and watched his colleague die. His killer, Jaden Stimson, was found not guilty due to mental incompetence but will be detained for life in a secure mental health facility. Police Commissioner Grant Stevens spoke outside court.
Whenever we lose a police officer in the execution of their duty, particularly under violent circumstances, that is deeply felt.
Lawyers representing former Sydney police officer Beau Lamar Condon have quit, telling a court an issue arose the day before his latest court appearance. He's accused of using his service-issued pistol to kill Channel 10 presenter Jessie Baird and Luke Davies. No pleas have been entered and the case has been adjourned until August. A faulty electrical appliance sparked a fire in the garage of a home at Paradise this morning. The occupants and their dogs managed to flee the Melville Road home, but the house and a car in the garage were badly damaged, leaving a bill of $350,000. A woman's been arrested after an investigation into a theft at Melrose Park last week. A woman entered a store on South Road last Monday and stole a pram. Police went to a Huntfield Heights address today, arresting a 23-year-old and charging her with theft. She'll face court in September. Businesses would be banned from charging customers a surcharge when paying by card under a plan put forward by the Reserve Bank. The RBA says the proposal would save consumers an estimated $1.2 billion a year. Small businesses are pushing back on the proposal, saying they'd be left to absorb more costs or pass them on another way. RBA Governor Michelle Bullock says they'll listen to feedback from stakeholders.
We know these proposals will spark discussion, especially among businesses that currently surcharge, which is why we are consulting on these proposals for 6 weeks.
And the Prime Minister has had constructive talks with Chinese President Xi Jinping. More from Michael Packy.
Anthony Albanese has met President Xi at the Great Hall of the People in Beijing. The conversation mainly focused on boosting trade opportunities. China will review the free trade deal with Australia, given it's now been in place for 10 years. Speaking through a translator, President Xi is pushing for broader ties, claiming the relationship between both countries has improved significantly.
Seeking common ground while sharing differences.
Mr Albanese believes Australia is entering a new era of engagement with China, which remains our largest trading partner.
It is very much in the interests of Australian jobs and the Australian economy.
The PM says he also used the talks to raise concern about the ongoing detention of Australian citizen Yang Henjun, but stripping China of its 99-year lease of the Port of Darwin was not discussed.
Turning to 5AA Sport.
At Barossa Valley Volkswagen, you can take a real test drive. barossavolkswagen.com.au.
Port Adelaide's Jason Horne-Francis could be ruled out for the rest of the season after having foot surgery, but Connor Rowey could still play against Hawthorn this weekend after injuring his hand. He'll be tested later this week. While the Crows will have to replace Jordan Butts, who remains in a Melbourne hospital with a punctured lung. They face Gold Coast at home on Sunday. And the AFL is seeking a fine of $6,250 for Carlton's Adam Chera after he pleaded guilty to careless contact with an umpire, his fourth offence. Australia has sealed a 3-0 series whitewash after bowling out the West Indies for the second lowest total in Test history. Chasing a 204-run target for victory, the Windies were rolled for 27 thanks to a 6-wicket haul from Mitchell Starc and a Scott Boland hat-trick. Man of the match, Starc says it was a collective effort.
Everyone who had the ball in hand today was pretty much on mark straight away. Scotty to get a hat-trick. Josh from that I guess, not so nice end was on the money as well. So I don't think we imagined it was going to happen as quickly as it did, but when you've got an attack like ours, some things can happen like that.
And the Socceroos will play the US in October's international window, their first meeting in more than 15 years. Now checking 5AA traffic.
At Salisbury East to Carvey traffic light, Main North Road near Clayson Road. Works at Hillier slowing things up. Anglevale Road near Wingate Road, quite busy at the moment. 5 Ash Drive at Pasadena, quite slow. North Terrace in the city with cameras Cavan Road, Dry Creek and Kettleville Terrace at Kenttown. Guzmani Gomez's chicken mini meal, a big eat at a mini price. Mini chicken burrito with free-range chicken, fries and drink, just $12. Grab yours today at GYG. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Get the Toyota forklift advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
A late shower tonight and a shower or two tomorrow, a high of 16. Showers easing on Thursday, also 16, and partly cloudy Friday, 15. At the moment, 10. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
Thank you, I'm Brenton Raglas. Tonight, the police partner of slain Brevet Sergeant Jason Doig breaks his silence. The killer sentenced to life in a mental health facility. Shocking vision shows a gunman miss his target from close range at Manapara. And the Reserve Bank flags a scrapping of surcharges. Don't worry, you haven't missed the news. Start over on 9 now as soon as you're home.
Streaming live via the 5AA Player app on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. This is 5AA, always Adelaide. The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
7 after 6. It is a Tuesday night, which means the 5AA fishing show with Ned McHenry is not too far away. Woo! Still some time for your calls as well on the show tonight, 8223 0000. But as you can hear, Neddy joins us live in the studio nice and early on a Tuesday.
Well, we love it when Neddy comes in. Welcome, mate. You bring a level of energy, and you did bring some energy because you've walked through the door singing a John Williamson number and you purchased tickets to his upcoming concert.
Oh, well done. Well, that's no joke. If anyone wants to advertise with us, there's the proof in the pudding. It actually works because I was sitting out there kind of pretending to do a little bit of show prep for our fishing show, Sammy, and John Williamson came across the audio on the desk. I didn't realise he was in Adelaide, Jen, so I've gone and bought a couple of tickets.
You would not know more than 2 songs.
That's absolute
rip,
rubbish.
grip, shit and kick. I know that one. What's that one?
Is that
did you dump that? Did you dump that? How's that one go?
That's a record. Rip, chip, wood chip, you're talking about, I think.
That's the one I think.
Rip, chip, wood chip, turn it into paper.
I know that one. Give us another one.
We could do Mally Boy, obviously True Blues, famous. Galleries of Pink Galahs, that's one of my favourites. Galleries of Pink Galahs.
Yeah.
See, very good, isn't it?
Go.
I love it.
He's got a voice.
Oh, yeah. He's got a big future.
The issue is, though, I've messaged...
True Blues
country and western singer.
True Blues famous.
True Blues.
The issue is I've messaged Riley O'Brien, I've messaged Nick Murray. You clearly don't want to come. No one wants to come with me. So I might need to buy 2 tickets and get a listener to come along with me.
I remember when I was at the Crows, I got all the boys to come to a Neil Diamond concert. It was the last one they went to. I said, fellas, the best artist in the world. Neil Diamond in the round.
No, see, that doesn't interest me at all, Neil Diamond.
John Williamson. Now, Timmy, you're a musical...
Yeah.
He's
one
awesome.
of those. Aficionado.
Would you go?
Would I go to that concert?
Yeah.
No.
No. There you go.
It's not that he's no good. It's just that it's not my genre that I like.
Nick Murray. I listen to John Williamson a lot. I love him. Absolutely love him.
Muzz is back.
Well, yeah, most likely he'll be back. I think so. They put him on ice at the end of the Stanford game and he pulled up well. So,
but see, that's sad, isn't it?
Well, it is sad. I've heard and
held his spot.
I haven't spoken to him personally, but I've heard that they had trouble actually sorting out his lungs, so he's back in hospital again tonight in Melbourne. So I don't think he's back in Adelaide yet. Is that right?
No, he won't drive back till later the week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What have you guys heard in terms of the actual time frame with that injury? It's got to be minimum 4 weeks, hasn't it?
Well, Crows haven't put anything out. They've put a TBC to it, so it's just going to be a matter of starting rehab once he does get home, and then hopefully that'll be by the end of the week, and then they'll work it through
just
from there.
From a very amateur point of view, probably at least a month.
Do we know how it happened?
Oh, no.
Nobody does.
No. I don't think anyone does.
Does it matter?
Well, it
it does if it was a dirty act.
Yeah,
doesn't it?
If it was a dirty act. But you also don't want your lung just collapsing with absolutely no incident to dictate to. Is that a concern, Timmy?
That is.
Yeah.
Well, there was a text earlier in the day which had an incredibly long word in it. That I was a bit frightened of trying to pronounce. It says, but possibly had a spontaneous pneumothorax where no trauma was involved.
Right.
That's from Phil at Henley Beach.
Phil, did I pronounce that correctly?
That's not a medical thing. So he just had a collapse.
Dr. Rowe just giving us.
Yeah.
Dr. Rowe will see you now.
There was no trauma. He's playing a game of footy and all of a sudden he has a collapsed lung.
Yeah, well, Phil says it's a thing.
This is a condition, a spontaneous pneumothorax, a condition where air enters the space between the lung and the chest wall without a specific external cause like trauma.
I've heard of spontaneous combustion, but not a spontaneous
pneumothorax.
Whatever. Where's Riley O'Brien when we need him?
It's not his day today. It's Nettie's.
It's Nettie's day.
If it was your son, you'd want to know what happened.
Of course you would. God,
but also, how do you fix it?
Jimmy.
Yeah.
Get it fixed.
Hey, here's the statement.
Oh, this will be good.
Crows can win the flag.
Yeah, they can win the flag. But you've asked me that before. Didn't you ask me that about 4 weeks ago before?
No,
you've asked me that so many times already.
No, I haven't.
You have?
No, I haven't.
Can we, Sam, next week we'll find it.
Ned, I rate your credibility. You're fresh out of the game.
Stephen, I said about 4 weeks ago they could win the flag, and they can. The issue is with the AFL at the moment that probably only 6 sides can, and only 9 can make finals. Well, it's the strangest year ever,
Who's the best team you've seen this year?
Collingwood.
Do you still reckon Collingwood?
Collingwood are the best team this year by a mile. They are.
By a mile?
Absolutely they are.
Oh, you watch a different game.
Yeah. What team do you think's been the best?
Well, not them.
They've been the most... Not Collingwood.
No, not them. They don't impress me. See, did you see the Gold Coast Suns beat them up?
Yeah, you did, and apparently you called that out, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I heard you suggest
that. And old mate with the big nose across the penalty had to make it an on-air formal apology to me.
Timmy, if you throw 100 darts at a dartboard, it's going to land on 20 once, isn't it? Like, seriously.
Blind squirrel.
No.
Timmy, do not encourage that. I get more wrong than right.
Well, Phil, who gave us that medical term, has also said there is currently 9 listed Crows players with finals experience. Now, that's interesting because because it has been a long time since playing finals. Just how important will that be come September? Now, that's probably the question where Collingwood comes into vogue because they've got so much experience.
All right.
And also they'll get to play at the G.
I'll give you one, and this is great news for CLK Legal, our injury report. M. Crouch will play Sample this week.
Yeah.
Now, that's huge if he can get a month of footy.
Yep. Time is run into finals.
And he's experienced. He's played in the 2017, one of the best and fairest that particular year.
And just has a problem getting the football all the time.
Yeah, he struggles, doesn't he? Good selection problems to have, but who does he come out for? Because Barry's in good form, isn't he?
He's been really good.
What would you do?
Sammy?
If Matty Crouch was available and fit to play after 3 weeks of the sample, at this point, who comes out for him, Rowey?
Well, I think I could find a spot. Well, you've mentioned one, Sam. Sam would have to keep his form up.
Yeah. He's in good form, though, Bez,
He is.
Yeah.
I love Bez. He's had a terrific... has made every post a winner. Is that the same?
Absolutely.
Now, what about Port Adelaide with all the injuries?
Yeah, injuries, but I did watch them. I tell you what, I wanted to speak to you about this, Tim, because I watched Port and West Coast, watched that game in depth. Zach Butters was sensational, and their young group of players.
It's kamikaze, isn't he, the way he plays?
But he's so agile and he's so comfortable with that agility and composed with his possession, and he's tough too. But I just love watching Zach Butters. He's one of my favourite players. And with Bergman, Rosie, Butters, these guys, Horn Francis, do you think with Port Adelaide and the league in general now, if you look at the Brownlow, around who's forecasted to win the Brownlow, do you think this year there's been a changing of the guard as such? It's no longer the Cripps or the Fifes, is it? It's now the Andersons, the Butters, Dacosses. Do you think there's a changing of the guard with these young guys?
Yes.
We've got to remember Paddy Cripps won it last year. They didn't play finals. He got 45 votes, like a record.
You think I'm going too soon, Timmy?
Yeah,
no,
just
you're not.
be careful.
No, you're not. I think you're right. It's going to come out of Dacos. It'll be a newbie.
You know what the pair of you are trying to do?
What?
Think like umpires.
Yeah.
Just dangerous.
Dangerous. Pull it back. Pull it back. Whoa.
Judith just sent a text. I love our listeners. A friend of mine was cleaning her bar. She bent over and spontaneously...
had the spontaneous pneumothorax. True story.
True story. There you go.
And also, Phil, who sent in the condition, said, Timmy, you pronounced it correctly, so well done.
Oh, well done, Tim.
Thanks, Phil.
Oh, golden boy. God.
And just to pick up as well, Shane said it was a punctured lung, not a collapsed one, so they're different. And that is actually what the Crows have said. It was a punctured lung, so it is different.
All right. Well, we don't need to know how it happened. I mean, some people do. Hey, do you think chicken wing tackles are creeping into the game? Did you see the one on Peatling?
Yeah, what do you mean creeping into the game?
What I reckon's happening is after the young
being umpired out.
Yeah. Well, it's not. You're getting a free kick for it. You're getting rewarded for it now. When it used to be, if you chicken wing someone, it was a free kick against, wasn't it?
It'll take an injury.
But it's
once again.
Young Curtis got rubbed out for 3 weeks for that tackle. Since then, I reckon coaches and players have had to adjust. And well, I'll ask you this question. I asked Timmy, why do you tackle?
You tackle to stop your opponent getting rid of the ball.
Okay, but you want to get a free kick, don't you?
Yeah, ultimately. Sorry,
but at the worst, cause a ball up.
Yep.
So that your opposition hasn't got ball in hand.
Yep.
So it's a pretty important part of the game, isn't it?
Yep, definitely.
So if I tackle you and we think it's the perfect tackle, but I pin your arms, I don't let you go, I don't have a duty of care, there's a second motion, and you know what football's like, and you were a beautiful tackler. You played on the edge. It's so easy to get reported now.
Yeah.
So I think the correction is we'll just grab one arm. The best way to impede someone is grab an arm because you can't dispose of it.
Yeah.
And I reckon they're giving free kicks straight away for that.
Yeah.
The thing about the Bontempelli one, watching it,
to do it.
He got in a situation where he grabbed that arm and then he went around the whole way. What he probably had an opportunity to do was let go at that point that it started to bend. That's where it got uncoupled because he already had that pinned and he couldn't get back. So he just needed to let it go because he's actually taken
his duty of care.
It took him to the ground with that arm right up his back.
Yeah. So
I thought he was arresting him for unduly rough play.
But imagine if he popped his shoulder out. Imagine if he popped his shoulder out and he's out for 6.
What's the whole potential to cause injury? Well, he actually did.
But that's right. We're worried about heads and all this. That has potential to cause injury.
Where was he being prudent?
He wasn't prudent.
Oh, look at this.
He wasn't
Where
prudent.
was the prudency?
Oh. There was no prudency.
Dear Prudence.
And that's,
AFL getting a dose of their own medicine here.
And that's creeping in.
But do you want another layer of officiating with tackling? You want another complexity in with officiating?
It's just be able to call that and just say, hey, look, you shouldn't have done that. Don't take it so far.
Would you be happy to be chicken winged and your shoulder pops out?
Oh, no. Well, I mean, but of course not. Absolutely not. Okay. But there's a risk with tackling. I just worry that umpiring these tackles is going to become so difficult that we see more free kicks with tackle, and it's just ridiculous.
But I think the AFL want more free kicks, and then it's not as congested.
Not as congested, yeah.
Well, I think that's their...
And they want players sitting on the sidelines too.
Operandus, momorandus,
I think they just don't want to get sued. That's all they don't want.
Correct.
Well, someone will if they get chicken winged and it doesn't get ruled out. Well, Bontempelli got a free kick for that. Hold the ball.
Incredibly. You're right.
I'd love to know the stat, Nettie, of one-arm tackles that end up with a free kick for incorrect disposal or holding the ball.
You're coached to do that in the AFL. We went through with tackling specialists. Of course we were. Yeah, but I think you can still grab someone's arm to discourage them getting rid of the ball properly, can't you, without making it dangerous? It's the art of taking them to ground.
Yeah, put it right up the back.
Yeah.
And try to arrest somebody for a delicious Chinese meal.
On that note, we're going to come back and talk. We're going to talk algal bloom. We're going to talk algal bloom because a 70-kilo bluefin tuna washed up on the Glenelg beach.
Oh, amazing.
Now, if anybody can verify that to be true and not AI, we'd love to hear it after the break. 822 300
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
Hello, darlings. Celebrate the festive season in style at this year's Cabaret Christmas at Adelaide Convention Centre. A spectacular lineup of show-stopping entertainment with Adelaide's hottest party bands and, best of all, me, Hans, your MC. So gather your workmates or your friends as we toast the season with an all-inclusive 3-course dinner package. Don't miss Cabaret Christmas. Book now via the Adelaide Convention Centre website.
Hi, I'm Dr. Laura Willington. Understaffing in our hospitals is harming you and me. We urgently need a workforce plan to identify the right number of doctors for each of our hospitals and health services. And we need fair wages and conditions to attract and keep doctors so you can access care when you need it. Help make our health system safer for you and safer for me. Visit safermedicalstaffing.com.au. Authorised by Dr. Laura Willington, President, South Australian Salaried Medical Officers Association, Adelaide.
Ray White, big name in real estate, but also the biggest name in business broking. What makes us big? Our people, like Brett Buckley and his team. MBA, lecturer, and multi-time SA Business Broker of the Year. Brett doesn't just read a P&L, he feels it. If you're selling or expanding your business, Brett can take your business apart and find you more money. And we're not talking small change. Go on, touch base with Brett. Search Ray White Business Sales SA.
Baby on board sticker, Play-Doh under his nails, random rubber duck in his pocket. Mark's not exactly what you picture when I say property investor. But all that changed the day he did a quick online equity check with Westpac. And would you believe it? He had enough in his current home for a deposit on another one. And you might too. Search Westpac Equity Calculator today to find out if an investment property is something you're already ready for. Conditions, credit criteria, fees and charges apply.
Once it's gone in Dreamland's once-a-year warehouse sale.
That's right, our warehouses are full, so right now it all has to go. With savings of up to 60% off big brand Australian mattresses and ensembles like Sealy Posturepedic, Sleepmaker, Exclusive Sleep Haven, Restopedic and Utopia. Plus there's huge savings on bed frames, bedroom furniture, adjustable beds in Manchester. With savings of up to a massive 60% off, don't miss out on a great deal and a better night's sleep in Dreamland's once-a-year warehouse sale.
It'll soon be gone. Dreamland.
1 minute you've got a life in front of you and you're happy and you've got your family, and the next minute you've got nothing. And I thought to myself, this is the end of my life. I don't know where I'm going to be tomorrow. But Hutt Street Centre straight away made me feel like I'm safe. I'm comfortable. There is another day tomorrow and it's going to be a bright day. That's what Hutt Street is to me.
Step up to end homelessness by supporting Hutt Street Centre's Walk a Mile in My Boots. Register or donate today.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
22 minutes after 6 here on a Tuesday. We have Ned McHenry in the studio with us live ahead of the 5AA Fishing Show beginning at 6:30 tonight.
Well, this algal bloom is not good. I've been slow to this dance, by the way, but I've seen it firsthand now, and I did see a tuna get washed up at Glenelg Beach. Do we know that to be verified?
I don't think that's real.
So you think someone went out off Althorpe's, whatever, caught a 70, 80 kilo tuna, drove in, dropped it off at the beach at Glenelg and let it wash up and said, that's the algal bloom.
I'm picturing
that's a long story.
A 22-year-old Stephen Rowe back in the day with his mates at the pub at Arno Bay going, this will be hilarious. We're going to fool the whole state with this tuna with the algae bloom. They would have caught it down at Peterborough, brought it in the middle of the night. I'd like to see CCTV of two little Stephen Rose going down with balaclavas.
Okay.
That's what I think's happened.
Okay. Well, you might be right. It wasn't me. I can declare that, and I'm 60, not 22. But I don't know anyone, excuse me, would waste that. Why would you waste a beautiful bluefin tuna?
I think people would think that's funny. I think people have come out and said that it is real. I don't personally think that is real.
Okay.
And we don't need that to perpetrate the fear that's out there at the moment. That's the thing for me. I just think we don't need that. We need people to have some confidence, especially for our fishmongers and the like.
Yes.
Well, that's a good message. So it is safe to eat fish. Yes. It is safe still to go to your fishmonger.
Love it.
That's right. It is still safe.
Timmy, you had some oysters the other day.
Yep, went to a restaurant, said straight away, Coffin Bay oysters, thanks.
Bang.
Rip them into me.
You're doing the right thing.
Bang, fresh down.
Well, we had callers last week, didn't we, Sammy? We spoke about people still buying seafood. There's just no confidence in the job at the moment
Went
at
to
all.
Ocean Bar and Kitchen, bang, straight down.
Oh, didn't we?
Well
what?
Done.
Scallops, you name it. Now, how's your boat going?
Good. No, really good. We've bought this 47-foot cray boat in which we are refitting. So barbecue's going on at the moment. Refrigerated keg
Did you
is
say
going
40
on board.
foot?
47 foot.
That's huge.
Yep, add 7 on there, Timmy. A LeBron James at the end. We've got a table, 6-seater, all these different things, new fish finds, everything. It's going to be fantastic. Yeah, no, it'd be great.
Will you have Ned McHenry charters?
That's what I was just wondering.
Well, I won't do official charters. However, say we're in January and, the 5AA show's on and we want to take a couple of listeners out, we'll get them on board.
What about actual... contributors as well.
Like a bit of cash under the table.
I'll bring my John Williamson Spotify playlist. How's that?
Timmy, if you do that, you're welcome anytime.
I'll miss that cruise.
Yeah. You're not welcome anyway.
Does that old tune.
He wouldn't be in my top 400.
It's not bad from you, Tim.
Can anybody verify that tuna, please, that washed up at Glenelg? Now, Nettie's got a theory. We've got till 7 o'clock to flush this out.
It's not real.
Because I'll be listening to you after the break.
Yeah.
We need to know if it's true or not. There'd be a fisher that would know.
I'm telling you right now, I think people have come out and said that it's real. I don't think it's real.
It should have been straight to Sardi, shouldn't it, for testing?
Yeah. I think, did they? They must have. They must have. Yeah.
Okay.
But there's all kinds of stuff washing up. To me, I went for a walk on Semaphore. There's banjo sharks and different skates and bottom-dwelling kind of species all up washed up. It is really, really horrible.
That's not good.
Tumby Bay's affected. Ardrossan is terrible. Tackle industry is down on revenue. Seafood retailers are down. Charter operators are struggling. The whole scale of our whole industry. South Australia, we're primary producers. We're a coastal state and we are under threat.
And is it because it's South Australia that we're not getting the attention, perhaps federally, to fund some toxicologists to come over here and fix it?
Could you imagine if a Nemo fish was floating on the Great Barrier Reef? How many helicopters and fighter jets we'd have from the US military?
Greenpeace flying in.
Oh, it'd just be ridiculous, Timmy. But no,
I think
sleepy
it's
old
simple.
South Australia.
I think it's simple. Just keep Chinese boats out of our water.
Oh, my
That's
God.
not it.
Is that a dump?
No,
Is
that is not it. It's been confirmed that's not it.
He's on a world record.
30 minutes.
He's on a world record.
Timmy,
Hey,
Timmy, what happened to that comment? What? No, honestly, what
We
happened to that
have
comment?
some people have a day out for different reasons.
Keep certain boats out of our waters.
Now, before we get to the fishing show, we
Jeez,
know
Eddie.
you love your fishing. You also love the SA boating, the SA caravan and outdoor sale as well. That's on coming up next week, July 24 to 27 at the showground. So if you want your tickets, you can head to the website or you can call in right now, 8223 0055. These are tickets for a family pass to the Let's Go SA caravan and outdoor sale. So
Sounds good. Well, just do this in the next half hour. Let's get Scotty Hodges to ring in and he'll tell you why there's an algal bloom.
maybe not. 27 after 6, Medden's on next.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.